You guys killed... No. Okay.
Oh, that's right. That was my other game.
Cool. Now, you guys had breakfast in the morning, and then... My eyes are not focusing. You guys had breakfast, you went to see Spymaster Thanic, because he and Thanarach had decrypted the journal of Lord Nicholas Freeborne, and you found out some things. And then kidnappers decrypted godblood with Tamara, what godblood is. Zaitari sent that message to her caravan.
Oh, okay, I remember last minute.
And then Tilda had an encounter with her sister while in the palace library, and she went to go visit her mom, who apologized for being a horrible mother to her. And Tilda ran out of the room and ran into Maggie, and they spoke for a while. And then Helen visited Zaitari, who was the leader of her caravan, asked her... And then I shortened everything here to... You guys afterwards went to the tavern, and the hilarity ensued. And then at the end of the night, Zaitari found out that her father was named Skagi and was probably a Shatterkai. I kind of paraphrased everything.
Yeah, that's basically what
that's
happened,
basically it. That's it. That's what happened, guys.
So now you can pick up Elven Accuracy and have like a...
Yeah,
an
right?
expert,
Yeah. Yeah.
Question out of character, because I'm just curious, because I just read about the whole like Shatterkai Raven Queen backstory thing. Is that the way that it works in Pondera? The whole elves being, Palace of Memory, Shatterkai and the Palace of Memories and stuff. Is that a thing, or is it more of just a goth elves angry in the Shadowfell type thing?
It's more of... I mean, you can probably ask Zaitari about this easily, because she's gotten all her training from Grella. It's more like... In this setting, the elves... Well, a portion of the elves had tried to attain immortality, and then were cursed because they tried some really dark magic shit. And now their soul belongs to a Raven Queen after a series of unfortunate events.
Events?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
Well, I mean, not cool. It sucks for them.
Yeah.
But cool to know.
Yeah. That's a short version of it. There's probably it happened so long ago that the specifics of that unfortunate series of events isn't really well known. You probably
there's a series of novels about it.
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
I just closed my eyes and I was just like...
That's the face wrong right there.
Anyways.
Series of unfortunate events. Melanie's gonna die.
Yeah.
Luckily,
You've got Bryn.
And Lily.
Yeah.
the only person that...
Suddenly bring Lily back from the wilds.
The only person who would probably know about what had happened would probably be Raven Queen herself, but she's not really the talkative type.
Understandable.
Yeah, unfortunately, we do not have any devotees of the Raven Queen, so...
That you know of.
Just
By
give
the
me
way,
a
Melanie's actually been a cleric
Dun,
the
dun,
whole
dun.
time. Cleric of the grave over here. Sorry. I don't know why I found that really funny.
Snort. The snort. I'm sorry.
So
clerical.
Yep. So next morning,
Oh my
because
God.
it was all everybody eventually. I mean, unless Tilda, you wanted to eventually figure out that you weren't headed to the secret meeting location. Oh, not the secret meeting location, but the meeting location where the
Just
dragon
the meeting.
shields were going to
mean-
meet.
I feel like eventually she would have kind of sobered up and realized what Prim was doing, but
I mean, it would have
Happened
taken you
in
like
time.
an hour and a half. If you didn't get there by that time, you probably would have sobered up enough to be like, this, why haven't we been walking for an hour and a half?
exactly, yeah. I figure she just kind of, at some point. All right, darling.
Really? This-
I'm really tired, first of all, and second of all, my feet hurt after all this walking. Do you mind if we just...
Oh,
I
I-
understand what you're doing, but can we just go, please? I want to go to bed. I'm more distracting.
I'm so sorry. I didn't even realize we've been walking that long.
All right, darling. Whatever you say.
Here, let's get to bed. Now that you've mentioned it, I'm a little bit tired as well. And a little bit tipsy.
Still, after walking for an hour in the cold
Well.
night air.
She probably is. She drank a lot.
All right.
Just
Tilda
a
just
little
kind
bit.
of.
Yeah. So, Prim
That's it.
will
That's-
walk. Yeah, we'll walk Tilda back to
Okay, anybody want to do
to
any?
your bedroom.
Sorry, anybody want to do any? Anybody want to do anything else before the morning?
I mean, Tegan, but you know. Hey. Sorry, I had to.
It's funny because I was thinking. It's funny because in my head I went, well, yeah, Rain and Melanie want to do each other, but you know.
Rain's gonna have a terrible time. My performance check was a 7.
Ah!
Prepare to be disappointed.
God damn it! And I took my proficiency in performance last time.
You just do really well, and then like you do too well, and Mel falls asleep. She's real comfy though. She's like, halfway through.
Dreaming of torturing a poor kid for daring to steal something from her.
Yes, I still have. By the way, I have not forgotten my one-liner for that.
Okay. All right. So you got most of you, all of you, eventually find your way back to the palace. The guards at this point, like in front of the palace, know you guys, and they're like, "Oh, they went out again." And why? Okay, whatever, and just let you in. Does anybody want does anybody want to do anything in the morning?
No, we gotta get to this coronation, or else it's
We
gonna
have
be
to get
like.
to this fucking coronation.
I
It's not a
mean-
coronation, but
Just,
okay.
just so
Oh,
we,
right,
we-
right.
we
Not the
need to hear
coronation.
the
The thing.
speech.
I find some good quality costume jewelry, but we don't have to roleplay it. It's
Okay.
happens.
That's fine. That's cool.
Yes, Zaitar will glamour herself up something super duper extra fancy, and Mallory will be right back as we get set up. So.
Okay, cool. I need to find. There it is. There's my description.
Prim spends a good part of the morning polishing her armor until it gleams,
Okay.
hammering out the dents.
Yeah. Tilda makes sure she is extra fancy.
Okay.
Like not a hair out of place. Wearing that glass or the crystal like flower in her hair.
Aw.
Yeah.
DM, can we make the unseen servant roll a dex check?
I mean, he's not like doing this in a hurry. He's just
I feel like he's used to this. At this
yeah.
point-
He's
this
been
point,
like
too.
they have been doing this for a while.
It's unseen. How do we know? Like
and
it
Hey,
doesn't even have a voice.
You made me roll performance for the orc. I mean, come on.
Melanie dwells on it for a while. like a long while, and then finally does decide to wear a dress. However, she takes her gauntlets and somehow hides them on her person somewhere.
I mean, Rain
So that she could put them on if she needed to.
Rain could probably help you with that. I had to say it.
Jeez.
She's gonna wear a pretty blue dress. And
What
possibly
what, if anything, has been suggested for dress?
Fancy formal wear? At least formal wear?
At least formal. You don't have to wear a dress.
What's happening afterwards? Is there a party? Is there a reception?
There is a reception afterwards. It would be recommended, highly recommended, if you attend. But you don't have to stay long, because the queen does know that you have other things to deal with.
Where the hell did... Oh, okay. I see it.
Alright, we'll save the dress for later.
I'm trying to find a picture of fancy plate armor.
It is the fanciest plate armor.
Alright, I'm back.
Okay, cool. And I actually have to...
I had to light some incense because the cone I keep trying to light won't stay fucking lit. And it's
Shitty
bothering the
picture,
shit out of me.
but like that.
Okay, ceremonial. Okay, that's cool. Alright. So, you guys... Alright, so the it will take place in the throne room. You guys have been told that, and people have been, before you have been ushered in and gathered to their proper seats. So when you are led to the own throne room, it is High Inquisitor Tanya and Spymaster Thanic who actually lead you there after everything is ready. The throne room has been rebuilt back to its splendor. Where once there were empty spaces, there are white chairs that fill the room with familiar faces. The glass ceiling that had been broken during the rebellion has been replaced by a stained glass depiction of King Arthur Valido, who was the king of the Oakleus invasion during that time. At the head of the room stands the queen, alongside her Princess Alyssa, and there is a red velvet and gold throne that has been rebuilt since the last one had been smashed and destroyed. And where the throne is, on top of the throne, there is a lion's head posed in mid-roar. The pair of the Spymaster and the High Inquisitor lead you to near where the queen is, off to the right, where there's an open space for you to stand. And Tilda, you do notice that the non-traitors, non-treacherous individuals of the Summer Council are there, including your father. Your mother is in the front row with a few other faces, along with your sister, of course. Drusilla is actually there. She's a row behind them. Rain, you see your birth father in the audience. He's not at the front row, but he's sitting near Iskin. Melanie, your family is there. Your
father is a human, right?
Yes, he is a human.
Cool. That's all. Thank you.
Okay. Zaitari, your caravan is there. Elena is actually seated. She's not very hard to spot. She's only one of the very few tieflings in this room. trying to go down the list if there's anybody else I'm missing. Whoever you have invited are all there.
Mhm.
There's
I've
a long
lost my list. This is fine.
Belzor, Maggie, Michelle, Lord, Michael Nightwell. Their deacon in gnome disguise is there. And after
Where's Theo?
Oh, Theo is in the front row as well. He's there. He's there. That's why I said and the rest of them.
That's fine. That's
Yeah.
fine. I just wanted to make sure he was there.
Like Alexandria and Angela are also there, along with Maite, Bryn, Thanarach. The Ice Queen and Maite are actually playing, are at the side with a very small band. And they're just playing just kind of elevator music as everybody is getting set up.
Da, 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 da.
The me music from the week.
Yeah. I love that. I love that song. Such a good idol music.
After everybody arrives and is in place, the High Inquisitor will, raise a hand, and everything becomes silent. And Queen Victoria will step forward, and she looks around the room, and she motions everyone to be seated. Spymaster Landar, High Inquisitor Lona, esteemed members of the Summer Council, distinguished guests and members of family as well as friends. Our hearts and our hopes are turned to peace as we assemble here in the Golden Throne Room this afternoon. All of our efforts are being bent in its pursuit. But in this company, we hear again, in our minds, the sound of that distant battle. This room echoes once more to those words that describe the heights of bravery in war, above and beyond the call of duty. 5 valiant daughters of Plundera come to us today from the tortured battlefield. They come to remind us that so long as that conflict continues, our purpose and our hopes rest on the unwavering bravery of young persons in battle. These 5 warriors, in their separate moments of supreme testing, summoned a degree of courage that stirs wonder and respect and an overpowering pride in us all. Through their spectacular courage, they set themselves apart in a very select company. They represent the contribution of more than thousands of combatants that stood against the rebellion. Other bitter days and other battles still lie ahead. I cannot emphasize strongly enough that we have not yet attained peace, only the possibility of peace. We shall need, in the days ahead, all the courage and all the steadiness and all the wisdom that the brilliant commanders of these persons have evidenced throughout this terrible ordeal, and that these women bring evidence here today. Other brave people will be called upon to perform other courageous acts. Before the search for peace yields a settlement at the conference table. But women like these have brought us the distance that we've traveled, and people like these will see us the rest of the way. Freedom will forever be in their debt. I will forever be in their debt, for I would not be here today if not for them. And finally, that prize for which all the world hungers will be their monument. The work of heroes who stood fast, when standing fast was really the only true way to a lasting and to an honorable peace. It is my honor to reward these individuals the Leonian Medal of Honor and there is an individual who will step up with a box, and this, I mean, the
Is it one of the servants from when we invaded the castle to...
Yes, it is. Give me a second.
Yep. You just wrote down all the NPCs and all the...
It was so many sessions ago.
No.
It's fine. You can just say if it's the boy or the girl.
It's Gerald. It's Gerald.
Okay.
It's
Geralt?
it's yeah.
Geralt of Rivia is here?
Not Geralt.
Nice.
Sounds like our dad.
But he steps up and he opens the box, and the queen will actually pin the medal on each of you. And
Prim is struggling to hold back tears.
and when she is done, and each time she pins the medal on you, she will take your hand and she will, give it a firm handshake. And you can figure that out later. And then after she is done, she will turn to the crowd and she will say, "Our heroes of of Leona, ladies and gentlemen." And everybody will give a round of applause.
Yay!
Clap, clap, clap. Yay!
Yeah.
There is a butler that will say refreshments will be at the reception, giving you guys a few minutes if you want to peel off and take a few minutes to talk amongst yourselves before you arrive, because they'll have to announce your presence once you guys go to the reception, which will be in one of the ballrooms on the first floor. Okay.
I head over towards Zachary. Zatari.
Yes. Yes.
I don't understand. Where was I supposed to put my gauntlets? There. And you notice that Melanie's walking kind of funny.
Oh no.
Also, Melanie's lost her accent completely.
She doesn't have an accent when she whispers. I guess.
It's hard to do a whispered accent.
It is.
It is. I have one strapped to each ankle, and it's a little bit hard to walk.
Have you never been in a full set of armor before?
They're not on my feet. Oh, I could have done that. I could have worn them as shoes.
I'm utterly confused. Do you need assistance with your armor or something?
No. I just wanted to ask somebody about how you walk with things strapped to your legs. I feel like I
wouldn't know
ask.
because I don't really wear armor.
I know that you're wearing armor when you wear things. I know that that's a
15 feet
magical
behind her, Prim is eating a water bread sandwich in full armor.
Yes, it is a glamoured set of armor that I can make look like whatever the fuck I want, but that doesn't mean I wear all of, and she kind of motions with her hands to all of you that with my armor. It's fairly simple, honestly.
I understand. I kind of envy Prim right now.
Well, I mean, just make it... Here's the thing. Here's what you need to know if you're not sure about how to basically wear whatever it is you're wearing. Just act like you do.
Oh, okay. I do have a lot of self-confidence.
Stride with confidence.
I can do that.
Who gives a shit if you're not walking quite correctly? Because, well, it doesn't really matter. Because as far as you're concerned, you're doing it right. And anyways, the more you focus on the things that are wrong, the more likely you are to just trip over yourself. So
Good point. Thank you for the advice. And I put up my hand for a high five.
I give her a high five.
Yes. Then I go get one of those sandwiches. Sounded good.
Little watercress sandwiches.
Oh, isn't watercress just like
It's literally
lettuce?
just like a leaf. Yeah, like a leaf.
Yeah.
Melanie is excited at first and then vaguely disappointed.
It probably has like a little bit of cheese or something in the sandwich.
There's a little spread.
Yeah, there's probably like fancy fruit sandwiches too.
Ooh. Okay.
Cucumber sandwiches with some cream cheese.
Prim picks up a watercress sandwich and her face visibly goes through the 7 stages of grief as she eats it.
Oh.
And you guys eventually make your way down to the reception, where you are announced, and you are allowed to mingle as you please. There is a group around the queen herself. She's flanked by the Spymaster and the High Inquisitor, talking to a few of the members of the Summer Council that aren't imprisoned. Prim,
Or who haven't had their faces.
Yes.
stolen.
could you roll a perception check for me?
Oh boy.
She doesn't want to.
Can you choose to fail?
Oh, nope.
No, not normally with perception. She's pretty perceptive.
So you're down there nibbling, going through the 7 stages of grief with your watercress sandwich. There's plenty of alcohol though, so it's an open bar. So
They
I
know
feel
us
I feel
well.
like she's too nervous because she's like in the presence of all this like royalty and noble people and important people.
you notice among the faces, you do see Belzer. You see Lynn.
Okay.
You saw Belzer during the ceremony. He was in the first few rows while the queen was giving her speech. Lynn, you did not see right away. She probably was near the back. But you see them. They're not loudly. It appears they're having a little disagreement. Belzer looks like he's actually scolding Lynn, and you actually see why. She's sporting a shiner in her right eye. Quite the visible one. And
Lynn is his friend, right?
yeah, Lynn is his friend, the one who stole the chocolate croissants and was
Yeah.
gonna do shenanigans before you stopped her. And she's like sitting there with she's standing there with her arms crossed, like brow furrowed and frowning and just looking kind of pissed off at Belazor. And Belazor is just like he looks exasperated and is not sure what to do. But he doesn't want to cause too much commotion. Deer just lowered voices.
So Prim takes her her sorrow sandwich and kind of edges a little bit closer, just to see if this is something that needs to be interfered with.
Okay. You overhear Belzer saying that I know you weren't in sleeping in your room that night. Like, I went to go see if you wanted like a snack and you weren't there. I found a pillow, and he says, "Where were you?" And Lynn is not saying anything to him. She kind of says, like, as an afterthought, "I go where I please." And Belzor sounds like he was more concerned about like how she got hurt and where did she go, not like he's not like trying to control her or anything. He was just like, I just wanted to know where you were, and she's being very tight-lipped about it.
Okay, so after a couple of seconds of sort of listening to this, Prim tries to sort of like wander past.
Okay.
Like just like, you know, casually, like, oh shoot, I was going this way anyways.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm heading towards this table over here that has the equally disappointing looking croutons with chives on them. And and pauses, sort of like peering up at Lynn, and says quietly, just like mentions like, "Oh, that's quite a shiner you got there. You all right, miss?"
She shoots you she just glares at you. And she looks between you and Belazor, and she just, in a huff, just like, I don't need to take this, and she just walks off, and Belazor just leans there, kind of leans back on a wall with his shoulders slumped.
I was going to make the offer to see if I could maybe help with that. What happened?
I don't know. And Belle's like, I think she got it last night, because she wasn't in her room, and she wouldn't tell me where she went, and she got mad when I tried to get it out of her.
From the positioning or the patterning of the bruising, would there be anything that I can glean? Like, was it a punch?
Probably was a punch.
Okay.
You could easily tell. I mean, you've been in your fair share of fights, and you've treated your fair share of fights. It was easily somebody probably punched her in the face.
Okay, so she, like, still keeping her voice. Home of the big one. So kind of like keeping her voice down, because this isn't anyone's business but theirs. She says, "Was there someone? Do you know of anyone that she would have been gotten into a scrap with, just on principle?"
Lynn gets into a lot of fights, all the time.
Also, are you guys talking about her like she's not there?
No,
Like,
she walked off.
Oh,
she was like,
okay.
Fuck this. I don't want to deal with this.
Okay.
She's very, I think the word is confrontational?
Don't let her hear that.
I mean, I've only talked to her, what?
Yeah,
Once or twice, and I can definitely see that. I don't know if me talking to her would even help.
I don't know.
Just because people who've got that sort of personality, they don't tend to accept it when people like me try to butt into their lives.
Yeah. I know this whole place is making her very, not very comfortable either. She has a lot of issues with higher-ups, I think. She's never really told me much detail, though. But she's kind of hinted at it. So she doesn't have to talk about it with me.
I wonder if maybe I could ask Rain to have a talk with her. I mean,
I don't know if that's such a good idea.
No, because Because I think what she needs is someone that she thinks that she can confide in, and who she doesn't think is going to judge her. And sad to say, I think that she thinks that people like you and me are going to judge her.
Well, I mean, she did talk to me a lot. Well, she did talk to me some, like more than the other people back at the temple before we came here. But I think like this place just has her on edge. So we might have to just wait until we leave.
I'll ask Rain because I have the feeling that Rain might have experience with this sort of thing. I'll ask her what she thinks would be the best thing to do.
Thank you.
Aye, keep your chin up.
I will.
I'll come around eventually.
Right.
And I'm gonna go try to find Rain.
Okay.
I try to find the most expensive silverware that's visible.
They'll eat very easily. Probably like the soup spoons.
Is Rain hovering nearby?
I don't.
I don't need to know. She's just mingling. She's probably looking for people of her own, but
Yeah, I
find
mean,
her pretty
you do actually. Ryan, you make a perception check.
What did my elf eyes see?
Give me a
Some
second.
really fucking nice silverware.
Yeah, you definitely see this. It took you a moment, like, to really concentrate, but there is, besides Iskin and Iskin Senior, there is a face you do recognize among the people. The reason you probably didn't recognize them at first was because they were trying to blend in with the crowd. But you do get a glimpse of Danica, who is hovering over the soup spoons.
Okay, I'll end up just kind of coming up next to her. I'm like, I know you're not interested in the soup spoons. I know you're. The only reason I can't figure out why you're still here. Streets are in chaos and everyone important has been killed. It's because you've either already set yourself up,
Well,
or you've got people doing your work for you.
well, I was invited, and I wouldn't miss this for the world. And she has like,
Or that's the third option. You're networking.
of course. When am I not networking? Besides, I might be having I've been talking to a few of Thanic's people, and they might have something for a small group of us to do, since he's a little short on help at the moment. Yeah, I'm working as a contractor. Gotta when the opportunity arises, somebody's gotta go grab it.
I've always worked well under people, but I've always felt might move up one of these days.
I mean, especially now, I don't really want to take care of logistics yet, because everything's pretty fucked up. I mean, you know that.
Let someone else do the hard work.
Yeah. Hey, let things get settled before, let things get a little stable.
The person up top decides to retire and enjoy the rest of their life out in the country. Right?
Yeah, exactly. But, that's a fancy medal you got there.
Yeah, it might be worth something at the chop shop.
No, I think it'd probably be worth, like, just showing it off. You might get a few favors if they know you're this great and important hero of Leona.
Oh, God, I don't know how the fuck that happened.
I mean, you can use it to your advantage. Think of it. It's a medal from the goddamn queen.
Yeah, it would be rude to not use it to its full potential. I mean, that's why it was given.
Yeah. So I see your brother is hanging out with relatives? A relative?
Well, yes, that is an interesting question. I mean,
They don't
was
look.
going to go talk to him, but now that you're working with, I might have to ask for a little information favor here or there.
Hmm.
When I don't want someone else knowing what I'm interested in.
Ah, interesting. I mean, as long as you scratch my back in return, then everything should be fine.
I've got this interesting little product. I've been waiting to refine it. I'll just have to show you to you sometime.
Sounds good.
Night scorpion venom. Night scorpion venom.
How much of it you got?
Depends how much you can pay for it. I mean, just getting it is hard.
I mean, yeah, you gotta go to Rebur for that kind of thing. Yeah, I might be. I actually might be interested in that because, there might be a little cloak and dagger shit going on as things are trying to settle down. Might be a good
options. It's always good to have options.
Always very good to have options. Yeah, but yeah, definitely. Yeah, just hit me up and I'll reach out and see if anybody's somebody will be interested. It's depending on how fast you want to move it. As opposed to how much you can possibly gain.
For yours, we can work on a little discount. For other people, yeah.
Okay.
I do owe you one or two.
She just like.
I'll leave you to your meetings.
So, Melanie, you're probably hanging out with your family, I assume?
I am.
Alright. So while you're chatting up your family, Deacon is talking to Daryl.
Okay.
And he is telling him of a new song he's developing.
Oh, God.
He's not going to add to the Doom song. The song is titled "We're Going Through the Dungeon." And yes, and it was a piece he stopped writing after he had stopped adventuring with a particular party, and kind of forgot about the piece until he looked into his handy haversack and found the notes to his piece. And Daryl's like, kind of looking at him and looking at you, and is like,
help me.
Please help.
I smile, shake my head no, eat a tiny sad sandwich, wander away.
Ooh, brutal.
And Daryl's like,
And the
Daryl
thieves and the whores will look up at me and beg for mercy. I will look down at them and whisper, no.
Okay, Rorschach.
I was just gonna say, there's a text somewhere that pops. Daryl will remember this.
Rip Telltale.
Yeah.
Or Telltale.
And what would Tilda be doing?
Well, first of all, darling, Tilda is having one of these delicious watercress sandwiches.
Zaitari would actually like to try to find Tilda.
Oh.
Are you sure? She's not putting a spell in her spell book. Why would we want to talk to her?
Oh my god. Yeah, we can only talk to her at the most inconvenient time.
Yeah.
I forgot.
So Tilda would probably be kind of hovering near the sandwiches, not sure, like, who to mingle with, because her parents are here, and, like, yeah. So she,
Is she just shifting around the ballroom to avoid them?
kind of, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Conveniently enough, Zaitari will slide up and take one of the sad watercress sandwiches
There are also sad cucumber sandwiches if you guys would like some.
She will
Oh.
instead take a sad cucumber sandwich and be mildly impressed by it. Not overly impressed, but not, very excited. So just like mildly. Like, this is okay. This is fine.
Could be better.
Take it,
All
eat
I'm
it.
saying is that Tilda also has prestidigitation, which can flavor up food.
That does help. That does help.
So if the watercress sandwich is truly sad, or the cucumber sandwich is truly sad, she will do that for herself and no one else.
Wow.
Unless they ask.
Okay.
Can it be flavored down? I'm just imagining like Rain got the worst one of all.
Yes. Here you go,
Oh.
Rain. Specifically for you.
So I've never been announced anywhere before. That's exciting. Does that happen a
Is
lot
it?
in noble circles? Just getting announced for walking into places?
Yes. You have to. It's protocol, darling. Lord and Lady Galantera, their 2 daughters. That sort of thing.
Makes sense. I feel like more taverns should do that before they allow people to play, but it might be
Something you should probably look into.
maybe. Me and Rain have been discussing opening up a tavern at the keep. Might have to enact
Oh.
that policy. So we're heroes of Leona, as Zaitari just kind of like gestures flamboyantly. There we go. That's the word. To her medal.
Indeed. Is there something you wanted, darling?
I'm mingling, and you weren't talking to anybody, and I wanted to ask you about
not
being
true.
announced, and I didn't know if that was normally a thing that happens. So I was curious, and I figured you would know.
Yes, and is there anything else? Because I've answered your question, and
Well, no, not really, but we haven't really talked for a couple of days, and I just wanted to check in as well.
oh,
How are things going since your parents arrived? As annoying as it is, as I'm dealing with my family, or with more social graces, you're dealing with it?
I'm not sure.
Oh,
There's private family business that has come up.
oh. Well, I
That
hope
is
it's not
out of character. That is out of character for them.
Okay. Well, I hope it's not anything too serious. And if it is, I'm always available to listen if you need somebody to talk at or talk to, whatever you would prefer. Just, invitation's always open.
I appreciate it, darling. It's just, I don't want to make a scene here at the reception.
Oh, of course. Do you want to avoid your parents?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to be my escort for the evening. You can hang around with me. I'm sure I'm going to be waltzing about and speaking to many different people, and I'm sure
I
members of
mean,
my caravan are going to pull me aside.
are you attempting to avoid them?
No, not really. It's not as awkward now
Are you sure
since last night.
Are you sure you wouldn't rather have Tegan, squiring you about the room?
Well, he can squire me about the room if he wishes, but he can also squire the both of us.
Well, I wouldn't wish to be a third wheel.
It is fine. I'm not seriously. It's no big deal. And if it makes you feel less awkward, we can find Theo, and we could be a four-wheeled cart.
Yes, Theo is an interesting.
If you also want to avoid
matter.
Theo, you can.
It's not that I want to avoid him, it's that I want to avoid a scene being made.
Okay.
If I'm seen with Theo, my father in particular might not take it very well.
Well, much like yourself, he is also a noble and will act with restraint.
The father I knew might have, but again, they're acting out of character, the both of them. So,
Well, if he starts to make a scene,
We've got stabbers. Or major
Yes,
image.
I can
Major
step
image would
in.
be better.
Yes, I can step in for you. We can create a little bit of a distraction. We have our brooches that we can communicate with the others with as well, and we can just descend on him like a pack of harpies. Make sure it stops. But if he does also make a scene, I'm sure there's lots of guards about, and will very politely escort him out. You should not feel shamed for being with the one that you love. I say we go grab our significant others and go have a good time.
Tilda kind of glances at Saitari, back at her parents. You're right, darling.
Zaritari will hook her arm around Tilda's.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
Let's shall.
And we go to find
Yeah,
Theo and
the
Tamara.
boys.
They're easy to spot. Theo has been talking. He's been hanging around near Iskin Jr. Just making sure he's fine in this setting, or getting him used to the setting. Angelo and Alexandria aren't too far from them. They're mingling with the nobility. So yeah, it's pretty. And Tegan's wandering here and there, blending in, trying not to draw too much attention to himself.
Who, Tegan?
Tegan, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that would make sense.
But yeah, you can find them rather easily.
Tilda kind of sneaks up behind Theo and just gives him a quick, like, little, very subtle pinch on the ass.
Okay.
All right.
Roll a sleight of hand check.
He's gonna turn around, and then he realizes it's you.
Mm-hmm.
And he smiles.
Hello there, dearest.
Hello. He takes a quick glance at your family, and then back at you. Is everything all right?
We're not worrying about them.
Oh. I
Indeed.
see. Well, if you're not worried, then I shouldn't be worried as well. He will offer his arm towards you, Tilda.
I'll take it. Yeah.
Okay. And you guys begin to make your way through the hall.
Oh, okay.
Or through the ballroom.
Just, I'm sure getting stopped every once in a while for chatting,
Yeah.
getting drinks, those kinds of things.
It's at this time, Drasilia, actually, you're walking close to her physically, so she'll peel off from her conversation. And
remind me who that is again?
That is my teacher, my magic teacher.
That's it. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, and
she was like her in with her sister, right?
Yeah.
Didn't you send letters to your sister through her or something?
Sort of, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she was
also the one who gave me the inn with the treasure hunters.
Blame her for all this then.
Yeah, basically.
It's all your fault.
Mhm.
What did you do to me?
And she will, she'll excuse herself from her current from the conversation she was having with two distinguished looking gentlemen. Judging from their robes, they look like they are spellcasters of some sort, perhaps fellow wizards that might be part of Thundrum. You've never seen them before in particular, and she will come up to you, give you a peck on each cheek, and say, I am so proud of you. Look what you've done since you've... How have you been, dear?
Well...
She's, looking around. She's kind of... And she takes a minute to, pinpoint where your parents are and kind of goes, shuffles her body between your parents and, you.
Mm-hmm.
Making sure she's facing away from them, just in case somebody can read lips.
Read lips.
A constant threat.
Yep.
D&D.
Well,
way more than I thought it would ever be. Much like lava and quicksand.
Yeah. Matilda kind of laughs and says, well, I'm doing much better than the last time we saw each other.
That was dreadful.
A dreadful night for all. Hopefully this party doesn't end the way that party did. That was painful.
That was rather painful. How are you?
Oh, you have no idea.
How is I haven't really been back to the Galantera state. I've been doing Thundrum business. It's been rather busy as of late. I've been trying to help with your family every moment I can, but how are you and Rosamund doing? Are you alright? Do you need anything?
I won't speak for Rosamund. Although I do believe she is stronger than we all anticipated. As for me, and I kind of I lift my left hand and kind of place it on Theo's bicep, and show off the ring in a subtle way.
She
very subtle.
She breaks out into a huge grin.
I'm doing rather well.
And it takes her a little bit not to do the little squee thing. And she just kind of calms herself down.
So, by the way, Zaitari, are you still with us?
Yes, I was just about to because you guys were having
where are my manners?
conversation.
I'm darling.
So sorry.
This is my friend Zaitari.
hello.
Zaitari Zestaban. Yes?
Yes.
And her friend.
This is my boyfriend, Tegan.
Alright. I wasn't sure, you know. Tegan.
It's fine.
Do I know Tegan's last name?
No. He
You know,
probably does
darling,
not tell anybody that.
It's literally just occurred to me. Tegan, darling, I don't think I know your last name. Your surname.
Oh, well, I didn't think that would. You needed to. It's not
Smith.
important. It's not important.
It's Tegan Smith.
Yes.
Because he's so good with his, he's so good with his hands.
Oh, of course.
It's appropriate.
Yes, that is appropriate. Tegan Smith.
Drasilia will, shake both your hands. It's so lovely to meet you, both
Both of you. This is my friend and teacher, Drasilia Ronborn.
Well, it's wonderful to meet you.
It's pleasure.
Drasilia, in fact, was my was the one who told me to contact the treasure hunters when I first left home.
Oh, well then I guess we owe all of this to you then.
In a
If
way.
it wasn't for you, I never would have met, Hold on, sorry. I got distracted. I never would have met Tilda.
Well, I'm so good. It's so nice to meet her friends. And it warms my heart that she seems to be doing so well. So.
Certainly better.
We are heroes of Leona now.
Yes, you are. Quite the honor. I would never have thought that things would have played out this way. It's kind of, it's a little overwhelming. I can't imagine how all of you feel.
Overwhelming isn't even the tip of the iceberg.
Well, if you need anything, just let me know.
You as well, darling.
Tell me, how much do you know about dwarves?
She blinks. What?
She's an elf. First
I
of
know,
all.
but
What in particular do you need to know about dwarves?
well,
Might be taking a trip to Dwarven country in the near future.
Oh.
what's that? What, the 3 O's?
I
Indeed.
mean, it's dwarven. The Iron Fast is a little different from Leona or Godbarne or Robur. Especially their capital. Have any of you been to Nortec before?
No, but I don't think we're actually going all the way to Nortec.
Okay.
We're going to Vanguard?
Vanguard,
Is that right?
yes.
Okay.
I'm not familiar with Vanguard. Must be a smaller town. No, I was worried that there might be a culture shock if you went to Nortec. That's all. It's
Well, our one traveling companion, Primrose, is from
Oh.
Ironfast.
okay. I mean, she's from Ironfast. She probably knows about the ins and outs of the capital. It's if you had to go there, but the rest of I find the rest of the country rather lovely when it's not winter.
Bold of you to assume that Primrose ever paid attention to politics.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
I mean, did we say political things? No, just
No.
that it was
Yeah.
just the culture.
No, the capital.
Capital.
Is there something particular about the capital that's different from the rest of the country?
Yes. The capital in particular was built upon a necropolis.
I'm sorry,
Oh.
Necropolis?
Yes.
That's
As you see Melanie appear from nowhere.
And she's
Actually,
lost her
no,
accent again.
You hear her clank, clank, clank. Every step like has a weird clanky sound, especially since she's wearing a dress. It is because she has gauntlets tied to her ankles.
Yep.
So clink, clink, clink.
Have any of the other guests addressed this yet?
No, they're being very polite.
they would be far too polite to say anything about it.
I am certain that you didn't hear me walk by. I am very stealthy, especially
Melanie,
when
we
I'm
all-
not in my armor.
Yes, we all know how subtle you walk.
I do. You totally do. So
By the way, Melanie, Drasilia, Melanie.
Yes, I was just about to
Hello.
make introductions. I didn't want to interrupt, though.
Oh,
I
a pleasure.
apologize. Did I hear the word necropolis?
Yes. The capital of Ironfest, Nortec, was built upon a necropolis. If you ever have the chance to go there, it's rather quite the sight. You know, dwarven architecture alongside mausoleums. It's quite from an architectural standpoint. It's quite lovely in a way.
I do believe I remember from my classes, which I will admit I did not pay enough attention to. However, that's kind of the thing that's full of dead people, right? That's
Yes, that is correct. In fact, it's not uncommon to see specters in the city because of this.
Oh,
oh,
that's very interesting.
Yes.
we're not going to this city, right?
And they don't mind?
No, when the patriarch, one of the patriarchs from long ago had resided in the city and built it up to what it is today, there was an accord struck with the undead, which are specters that are tethered to this world because of tasks they have not yet accomplished or because they are cursed. And it's the strangest city because there isn't one quite like it anywhere else. They live with harmony with the dead.
But we don't have to go there, correct?
I don't know your travel plans.
I meant to. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
I don't believe we're going there. No, darling.
Though I am kind of interested in it now. That sounds crazy.
Nope. Sounds
Oh,
truly awful.
If you ever get the chance to go there, they have the most spectacular library. Not only is there dwarven history, but there are actually denizens within the library that you could talk to this history about that probably lived during that time period.
I can just feel Nenrin's ears, like wherever he is, like in whatever hole, or if he's at this party, just like library.
Where?
Yeah, just Nenrin just like climbing up from the depths of whichever hole he's been.
What do you mean library?
Library!
There's a fucking, like,
Books, my precious.
there's like a ventilation
Even
grate.
The dead don't
It's a
deserve that.
conversation.
But
As we keep talking about Nortec, I'm going to try to look around the room and see if I can find Helene. Like, not try to find her, but see if I can see her.
yeah, just throw a perception check.
Apparently I closed.
I love when Roll20 just closes stuff for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Drasilia goes into like they have this besides a large temple of Moradin, there is also a church of Ioun there. I'm acquaintances with the keeper of the Church of Ioun there. His name is, if I could find it, give me a second. Didn't think I would be.
Some dude.
There it is.
Well, he is a gnome. No, you do not. You don't spot her.
Absolutely not.
It's too many people in the room.
Yeah, she's too short.
She's pretty short. Yeah. D&D stuff. And it is on page. But yeah, it's a lovely city. The lore ward where I would love to visit.
Lore ward, not warlord.
No. There's the lore ward. There's the trade ward. There's the gate ward. In the craft lore ward. They're not very.
They're very straight. They have very straightforward naming conventions.
Exactly.
Forward. Funny.
Well, I mean, it was funny.
Yeah, can I find a tomato?
Probably. Barracks. Fish market. Trade bank.
I mean, to be fair, it probably would not be hard to find Zaitari because she is dressed very, in her usual fashion,
Also, she's
is
bright red.
gaudy.
Yeah.
Yes. High Priest Kindred is his name, if I remember him. If there's one thing, if you ever meet him, don't bring up purple worms.
We encountered a purple worm in Robur.
Were you eaten by one?
No.
Then,
I turned it into a sheep.
Is that the point at which Prim walks up?
Yeah, at this point,
what's this about prepper worms?
I turned a purple worm into a sheep once.
Oh, that's very clever.
And walked away from it very quickly.
I think that's probably the easiest way to deal with it. And
I
probably
would
the
say
smartest.
so.
Mm-hmm.
Hello there.
Good evening.
Yes, Drasilia Rondborne. Another one of my traveling companions here. Primrose. I'm sorry, darling. Sky?
Skyn. Aye.
I hear Primrose, I just want to say Everdeen, but that's not it.
It's okay.
Primrose Skyn.
A lovely pleasure to meet you. I was just telling. Please, I don't want to make any assumptions. So are you the individual that is from Ironfast?
Oh,
yes.
Aye, that would be me. Yes. So,
I was telling them about Nortec, your capital.
did you tell them about the necropolis?
Oh yes, I did, and I told them about the specters, and I was going through, if I've never visited myself, I do have an acquaintance I know there, High Priest Kindred of the Temple of Ioun, gnome fellow.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. I don't think I've ever spoken with him personally.
Yeah.
But I believe I've seen him about.
Yeah, he's been the keeper. He's been the keeper of the temple for many years. So it wouldn't surprise me if he's still the keeper of the Temple of Ioun.
I think that you, Miss Tilda, and him with him would go quite well together. You'd get along. He's got a lot of knowledge that he's quite willing to share.
Oh, he loves talking to adventurers. I think he may still do. He just wants to learn everything. As the disciples of the Church of Ioun do usually.
Yes.
Yes, definitely.
We've had some experience with clerics of the Church of Ioun. Sorry, Zaitari, darling.
Yeah, Zaitari gets like a 1,000-yard stare for like a split second. And looks down at Prim. Prim, I know we haven't known each other for that long, but you never mentioned that Nortec was built on a necropolis. Why?
She looks confused. It never came up.
It's a very cool detail, though, about where you're from.
I don't know if the best word is cool. It might be horrible.
I mean, I suppose I just never really thought of it as being something worth noting, something that I grew up with.
Oh, by the way, I've heard stories, Miss Skyn.
Skyn.
Yes. Is Turned on the Mad still in the library? Do you know? He and you probably know, you've heard of him. He's a poltergeist who likes to cause havoc in the library from time to time.
And Prim says, I mean, last that I was in the library, which I believe the one that you're talking about, he threw a book at my head, but that was several years ago.
So he does exist there. Okay. Yes. There's a Chardon the Mad. He is a he likes to wreak havoc, from what I hear. In
And it wasn't a
Grand Library.
slim volume either. It was, oh, what was it called? It was Ars Magica Volume 4.
Oh, that's a large volume.
Fortunately, I wasn't wearing armor at that point. It was quite easy to dodge.
But yes, Nortec is. I would love to go to study there for a month or so.
It's a beautiful city.
You
should definitely come sometime.
I would love to. I need to visit. Maybe after we help with the rebuilding here, maybe I can ask for some time off.
The reconstruction is going quite well, though.
It is. The Lyre of Building is helping immensely.
The what building?
Oh, I guess you didn't hear. So the Thundrum mages, they have a lyre, an instrument. When played by someone of proficient skill, can literally rebuild buildings.
Oh.
Yeah, usually quicker than I think the comparison was to 100 workers. The problem is there are only 2 in existence. We have 1, and we do lend it out to places that have been destroyed or hit with a natural disaster. The other one is currently in the Elven lands. I believe the King of Dorenithil has it, but I'm not sure.
That sounds extremely useful.
It's extremely useful and very rare and very heavily guarded and very difficult to make. I wasn't around for the construction of this one. It's actually older than I am.
Now I'm curious to how old she is, but I don't want to be rude and ask.
It's probably for the best.
Yeah.
By the way, as we're talking, I'd like to look around for my parents. See if they're getting any closer. See if there's other people that I want to talk to that are further away from them.
Sure. Roll a perception check.
Perception. But my passive perception is 21.
Jesus Christ.
You do not see your parents. They're not anywhere near your vicinity, as far as you can tell. But you don't see them. There are a lot more nobility here than you expected. They weren't at the ceremony, but they're here at the reception. You do see Duke Allard and his family.
Oh,
Of his immediate family, including Galloway.
all of them, including Galloway?
Yep, who is currently chatting up a gnome.
Oh, God.
And speaking very adamantly. His brother and sister are, like, next to him, like, kind of... The brother has this glazed over look, and the sister is nibbling a dainty cake and nodding and, like, isn't sure what she should do, but Galloway looks like he's having so much fun listening to him that they don't pull him away.
The gnome is Deacon,
Yeah,
right?
the gnome's Deacon.
Okay.
Deacon has made his
It's
way
always
through.
Deacon. It's
Through,
always Deacon.
through the hall,
Yeah.
through the barroom. But you don't see your parents.
Anywhere?
No. They're probably they could be behind a pillar or something of the sorts. Maybe that's why you don't see them.
Right. Tilda just kind of rubs the hand that she has on Theo's bicep, like over his arm, just to kind of soothe herself.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And just kind of like they're probably nowhere nearby. You know,
Mhm.
maybe they're just taking a break. You know, whatever. And goes back to the listening to the conversation. And
Yeah, it sounds like yeah. So the building of Liar. Yeah, Drusilla goes into it's made of very rare and hard to find components. I think one of the components for the strings of the lyre was actually the hair of I can't quite remember.
Can I make an Arcana check to see if I might know?
Yeah, sure, you may.
I assume if Drusilla doesn't know, then I don't know. So
11. Probably not.
Yeah,
wow, we are rolling terribly tonight.
Yeah, she says it's definitely a creature of fey origin. She recalls, but she can't quite remember which kind of fey creature.
Would it be an archfey or
No, it's an animal. She says, like some animal that dwells within the Feywild. I don't quite
You know what?
remember.
That's about all I know off the top of my head.
Prim is gonna roll an Arcana check.
Okay.
No, that's better.
Nice.
Oh shit!
Um,
It had 4 legs.
I think it had 2 legs. Can't quite remember.
I don't know.
A werewolf? I don't know. Are those in the Feywild?
I don't. They could be. You find werewolves everywhere, and now you guys are just pondering like what kind of fey creature could.
Now we're just debating different fey creatures the strings of the lyre could be made out of. What do you think, Melanie? Are you familiar with the Feywild at all?
No. No, I'm afraid I'm not. No, I've got nothing.
Where's Rain, Melanie? We've got the entire party here except for her.
I feel like that's an appropriate camera shift.
Yeah,
To whatever
I
Rain's
look
doing.
around. I look around. Do I see her anywhere?
Roll a perception check.
My sheet's being weird. 1 second.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah, mine's fucking roll 20, man. But as soon as I said that, I got banned. So need to be careful.
I mean, Rain, do you want to be seen?
I'm not hiding. I'm just looking for Iskin.
Okay. Iskin is. Actually, you roll perception check. This might be a little interesting.
Oh boy.
All right. You see Iskin. You see Iskin Senior, who has been kind of reserved this whole time because it's been a very long time since you've seen some of these people.
And I'm sure they're shocked he's alive.
They're shocked he's alive. But
Do
then
they even recognize him?
But then you see Thanic. And then you see
Oh no.
Thanic's eyes like
oh no.
follow like he's staring right at Iskin Senior.
Oh,
And
no.
he doesn't look happy. He's just standing there, but he's just kind of like looking at him.
I move to Iskin's directions, and I make sure to enter Thanic's line of sight.
Okay.
I see you.
He's not taking any action versus him, but he is just sipping on some wine, looking at his direction in a.
Gotta get good drunk first.
Yeah, he like I know you're there. I hate you. I wish I could stab you, but we're in a room full of nobility.
It would be inappropriate.
It would be very inappropriate. And Iskin has been speaking with Belzor, while Iskin Senior has been quietly, listening off to the side a little bit, not really intervening in any way, just nodding every time, the Belzer talks.
Kind of side up to Iskin and say, "Hey, brother," and put a kind of hand on her shoulder. Got everything you need here?
Yeah, I'm good. He roll an insight check.
Where's the Goliath? I have the Goliath.
Oh yeah, you can tell. He seems kind of tired. Like he seems like he's like I'm good, but he looks like he hasn't gotten too much sleep.
It's like more of a physical tired or more like a mental tired?
It's more of a physical tired.
So how did last night go? What you can tell me anyways. That good, huh?
I didn't do anything. It was just I had something else to do that night, and it kept me up for a while.
That's what Rain laughs. That's what I was referring to. You didn't tell me that.
I didn't do anything with. We just talked for a while. I had something else to take care of afterwards.
Yes, you did tell me about that. That's what I was inquiring about.
Oh
but
yeah,
that's
sorry.
good to know.
Just Dragonfield business.
All right, next time I have to follow you, I guess.
Please don't. You don't want to see what I saw that night. Your boss is a scary woman. That's all I'm gonna say. A very scary woman that I never want to meet in like an empty alleyway.
Well, apparently they're not your type. So is Iskin Senior? He looks cleaned up.
Yeah, he's cleaned up. He's got new clothes. Looks like your brother, did as he was told. Belzor's there. Hey, Ryan.
Hi, Bells. How are you doing?
I'm good. Just kind of feel a little awkward here. It's not really. I'm trying to be,
Polite.
Yeah.
Proper.
Yeah.
Only for a little while. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I mean, and you don't have to stay if you don't want.
No. I want to be here for Miss Tilda. You guys did really wow. So, like, what did you guys fight?
Well, it just really depends on the job. I mean, we had like a dragon like beast system. We fought a dragon too, and she'll start to tell them, a little bit about a couple of their fights, about almost freezing to death and saving them, and she's just kind of also keeping an eye on more Iskin Senior, just how he's reacting to things, just like what his emotional status is.
Okay, he's roll an insight on him. Okay. Alright. He's just trying to take it all in currently. He's trying not to overstep any boundaries, interjecting or really speaking when spoken to if anybody asks.
That was going to be the question I had. Did I hear the announcement of any other Treviers at the party?
You did not. You did not.
Because I think it's only the teenagers that are left or whatever.
Yes. Quite
Hey,
possibly just
cousin.
them. Yeah, cousins. Yeah. Yeah, no other triviers have been announced.
Okay. So I'll spend a little time with family talking, and just like kind of like honestly, Rain's like evaluating him, just kind of like how she feels, and just trying to get a sense of like
Yeah.
how.
You just get the feeling it might take him a while to integrate back into society, especially this society, since he's been away for so long and without really. I mean, he has had human contact, but not this much human contact.
Yeah, this is a lot.
Yeah.
And if he does like really start to feel like, she will try to lead him somewhere less crowded or something.
Okay.
While we're mingling, I would like to find my brother Samuel. And excuse me, brother.
Oh, Melanie. Hi.
Hello. I see that you are doing good work, mingling and such. I have a favor to ask you.
Oh.
Actually, just come with me.
Okay.
If you don't mind.
Yeah, of course. Please. And then he talks. He was talking to like, please excuse me for a moment, and he walks with you.
I know a young man who might. You're very good at networking.
Yes.
And so I will head towards where I can see Rain and Iskin talking and everything, and kind of head over and say, Iskin, this is my brother Samuel. Samuel, this is my friend's brother Iskin.
Oh, pleasure.
And
pleasure. And they, introduce themselves.
Iskin, I thought that maybe my brother might be one that, should you ever have any concerns regarding trying to, rub elbows in the noble regards, he knows a few people, and maybe you guys could go hunting or something at some point, and talk shop.
I do a Zotari style squint.
Yeah.
More confused though.
Yeah. And Samuel's like, it would be my pleasure. I mean, I'm not sure. He's looking back at you, Melanie, because it's a little like, what?
Say his last name.
Whose? Iskin's?
Iskins.
Oh, this is
That way he
Iskin.
has context.
Oh, Iskin, and then his last name.
Sorry. That's when Samuel's eyes widen. I see. Well, it's, I see. I see.
I know that you are a little bit older, but you are going to be roughly the same age. You would know, various people of the age that would currently be your age.
Sorry.
Okay, senior. I did this to myself.
Well, it's very lovely to meet you. It's very nice to meet you, and I look forward to showing you around. Like Sam was like, is it, like looking at you. Is this what you wanted?
I give like a sad thumbs up, like I don't know what I was doing, and I just kind of like, give up.
The thumbs up equivalent of a "you tried" star.
Yeah.
It's the real sideways wonky one. An attempt was made.
And-
Rain will just kind of look at Melanie and be like, "You look very nice tonight."
Thank you. I also clank a little bit. Just a little bit of clanking.
Yeah, Samuel's like, yeah, I was going to ask about that.
No one will ask about it because I just received a medal. I can make as much clanking as I want.
Yeah, but you're my sister, so I'm going to ask
I-
about it.
Well, I have these gloves that make me very strong, but they are made of metal. And you never know when something horrible is going to happen. And so I just assumed that I should have them and my sword, obviously. So I brought them both. Well, both the gloves and the sword, so all three.
Samuel's gonna like blink a few times. And
I go ahead and I pick up the hem of the dress just a little bit, and you can see where she just has a gauntlet strapped on the outside of her ankle.
I do not want to know about the sword.
Where's the sword? I mean, I know it's the sun. Like,
It's just
She's pulling a Wonder Woman, and it's like in between her shoulder blades.
It's just the hilt, so it's just strapped to my leg. Since I've got the little like lightsaber thing going on, it's easier to sneak into places.
All I'm saying is that's a finesse weapon as well, so it might just go missing one day.
So that's why you've been getting close to her.
Yep.
Get that sword. It all
Suddenly
comes
Everything
together.
makes sense.
The long con.
Well, it is a pleasure to meet you, and you as well, Iskin. I hope we see each other more in the future. He's trying to be polite, but at the same time, he's like, my sister is... I don't know.
Oh, come
Very
on.
good.
I'm basically saying that he is new to nobility and you kind of know what you're doing, and so maybe you should hang out sometime and just, be able to talk shop about, doing noble things. It's not anything. It's not rocket science. I don't even know what a rocket is.
And then Melanie is making a play date for Rain's father, but has not introduced anyone.
Yeah, Rain's father's just like, I'm gonna hang back here. I'm just gonna take this all in, and I'm not gonna say a thing at all.
Possibly Melanie forgot he was here.
Possibly. Okay. Does anybody want to do anything in particular at this reception to close?
Yeah, I want to go find Hlyn.
All right. Roll another perception check.
Oh, damn it. Why do they gotta be short?
You should contact Rain and get some advantage.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, that's Beta. Yeah, you see her. She is currently mingling with a group of nobles. She seems to have them enraptured in some story she's telling about the one time she was in Dighton. But you do see her if you want to approach her.
Okay. Hello, Hlyn.
Oh, Zaitari, one of the women of the hour. How are you?
What? You cut out.
Oh, one
Sorry.
of the women of the hour.
Yes, I am. As you can see, I am a hero of Leona as I show off the medal.
And so modest.
Yes. I'm the modest, humble creature to ever walk this very humble planet.
How are you, my dear?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I'm good. I'm having a lovely time here. Are you doing well?
Yes. Is my mother okay after I returned her last evening?
She seemed a little She seemed a little frazzled, but other than that, she seemed fine.
Okay. I suspect eventually she will share with you the evening we had together.
I see. Oh, well, and she kind of like ushers you away from the group of nobles. So I've been wanting to ask you, and as you're walking, she's guiding you away. What are your if you don't want to tell me, that's fine. If it's royal business, she puts in quotes. But what are you doing? Where are you going next?
Funny you should ask. It's related to the thing I was going to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that Nortec was built on a necropolis?
She blinks. Yes.
Why did you never share that with me? You are a dwarf. You know I would find this terribly interesting.
So, because I am a dwarf, I immediately know everything about magic?
No, but you're from Ironfast.
Yes, I am. Did you... Yes, it is built on the necropolis. I didn't spend too much time in the city itself. I passed through a few times. And she just stops. Are you heading there? I assume you're heading there next, or in the vicinity of.
Well, no, not Nortec. We're going to Vanguard. Anything we should know about it?
Don't have the haggis.
Okay. Is that it?
Stay away from the dwarven men.
And somebody just snorts. Too late, but you know.
I'd be careful with the nobility up there. They're a little stricter than what you find around here.
Any laws?
Not in particular, just don't piss on a statue. They do love their monuments.
Good to know.
I mean, I'd stay away from any clan business if possible, but that might, like, knowing your group and how politically you might be involved now, that might not be an option.
Well, you never know. We could still fuck up. So, also, you've been around a lot.
I have.
More so than probably anybody in this room. Tell me, do you know anything about evil dragon cults?
Specific question.
That's rather specific. I'm not.
Yes, why don't you walk with me?
Okay.
As we go to find the rest of my lovely companions.
She thinks I'm not sure why you think I would know about any dragon cults. I mean, I'm well traveled, but is this a secret cult? She clearly has no idea what you're talking about.
No, it's an evil dragon cult.
Evil
Rip her
dragon
face
cult.
off.
You didn't know, but I'm a member. Stabs. No.
I'm not aware of any evil. I don't know too much about cults in general. Unless you're talking about the churches, but that's another thing altogether.
No, she still kind of cocks her head to the side. What's that?
No, don't. I was trying to make a joke. No, I do not know anything about any dragon cults. I'm terribly sorry.
Well, it was worth a shot. You sure? You haven't heard anything About any weird dragon cults
No.
who might need like specific kinds of stone to do their ritual?
No.
I'm gonna do an insight check. Ooh.
She looks genuinely confused.
Damn it! I was hoping that pause was gonna be like you were typing something to me. Damn it. All right. Well, that's kind of disappointing. Damn.
It's. I need everybody to roll a perception check now.
Oh boy.
See, this is why I brought the gauntlets.
Do I have advantage because I'm short?
No.
Damn it.
Alright, so Prim and Rain and. Did Ro go somewhere?
Row.
Should be asleep.
Row. Rowena. Matilda. Matilda. Matilda, Persephone, Adelaide, something else, Galantra. Fuck.
Oh no, did she fall asleep?
There's no way to ping her, unfortunately.
Oh
So we
no.
can blare just loud noises.
You might be able to start a private call. That might.
Ooh, yeah, that would do
Ooh,
it. Here.
yeah.
Let's see.
I actually did that with someone fat fingering it. They're
Yeah,
like,
that
how does
was
that work?
Poor Ro's been so tired lately.
Oh, she's offline.
Oh, maybe something happened to her connection.
No,
Oh.
wait. Maybe? She's
She
on the
usually-
voice thing, but she's
Usually shows
offline.
is offline. You can set
Oh.
yourself.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
She doesn't want us bothering her. What?
Now
Hello?
she dropped out. Now she dropped out of the,
Yeah.
the chat.
Yeah, but so did Mallory. Did Mallory have to do that to call?
Maybe.
I think you might have to, yeah. Do 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 do.
So,
do.
We got her. She's coming back.
Where was she?
She was dozing.
No.
alright, so you two see.
Mm-hmm. There she is.
Aw. Hey, Ro.
Sorry, guys.
It's okay.
You're okay.
Alright, so I just need you to roll a quick perception check, Tilda.
Me?
Yes.
Okay, my bad.
It's okay.
I'm sleepy.
Alright,
Sorry,
so
fine.
you, Prim,
Aw.
and Rain. So as you guys are, talking amongst your circles, there is an individual who comes into the ballroom. It looks like he's plainly dressed, human. He makes a beeline for, looks like Spymaster Thanic, and Spymaster Thanic puts down his wine glass, and the intruder whispers something, cups his hands to his ear, and whispers something to him, and Tilda, you can see Thanic's say, mouth, "Are you sure?" And the individual nods, and he quickly excuses himself from the Queen's side and tells High Inquisitor Tanya, excuse me for a moment, and they nod, and he goes, he follows the individual outside the palace, the ballroom, closing the door behind them. And the High Inquisitor looks a little confused, so does the Queen.
Over the brooch, I'm gonna say to Rain, I'm going to say, something's happening with Spymaster Thanic. You might want to
Follow.
follow. You are the sneakiest of us all, so...
Yeah, I'll get on that. Let everyone else know what's going on, and I'll excuse myself from my group
Okay.
and start to follow.
Yeah, over the brooch, I'm just gonna say, there's something happening with the Spymaster. So, to everyone, Rain is following him because she's the sneakiest of all.
All right. If anybody asks, we'll just say that she's excused herself to the powder room for a little bit.
We should be ready to assist her, though.
All right, Rain. I need you to make a stealth check as you're leaving the ballroom.
Stealth check. Did you say at disadvantage or?
Once you leave the ballroom, like you can. There's not really too many people out there. There's 2 guards, but they don't really pay any notice to you. And you
If I can find like a corner or anything, I will go and turn invisible. I'm not going to turn invisible in front of people.
Yeah, you can find a corner and turn invisible.
You're not gonna pull a Bilbo Baggins.
No. So you want me to roll at advantage or disadvantage? Or regular?
Just regular.
That's a horrible roll.
Okay.
That is.
Oh yeah, that's almost as bad as it can get.
All right. You think you're quiet enough? But you.
I do. If I see him, I do try to stay back a little bit because I know he did notice me when I tried to pickpocket him with like what I felt was a really good pickpocketing.
Yeah. You do see him pause for a moment and look around, but when he doesn't see anybody, him and his one of his the plainclothes individual, they head down the stairs to the study he's been using as...
All right, now we know he's not a secret dragon because he doesn't have true sight. In case anybody else was also suspicious.
But when you see him enter the study, there are several other people in there that looked like they were conversing, and then fell silent as soon as he entered the study and closes the door behind him.
Guess I'll listen at the door.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to go in there.
Okay. And roll a perception check to listen at the door. I want to see how many words you can probably get from this.
I might use the lucky on this. I don't know. Let me see what it is. Yeah, I'm gonna want to use the luck on that. So
don't fuck up. Yeah.
Okay.
Better.
I'm the reason why you rolled well.
Yes, yelling at her, "Don't fuck up."
That obviously affected that obviously affected the RNG, and you cannot obviously otherwise.
You never know what is going to affect the RNG.
It's random number and yelling generated.
Okay. So what you hear from behind, you can hear it pretty well. There is someone speaking, not Spymaster Thanic, saying, so yes, so what are our orders? What are we going to do? And you hear the Spymaster says, we aren't in any position to send people, any of our own people, to Vanguard right now. I mean, why? When did this happen? How long ago? And somebody here. A
Oh,
day
no.
a day ago, until we sent word to the stonemasons, they didn't know until not like yesterday. And they were even surprised that we found out. So they were surprised when we questioned about the city, and Thanic is like, oh my god.
Oh no.
How does a town of 1,000 people disappear?
What?
And
What the fuck?
and you hear Thanic, at least giving orders. Like, okay, I need Walter to contact, and and he starts spouting some. He needs the stonemasons contact. He needs one hand contacted. He's pretty much
Right,
giving
activating the phone
orders.
tree.
Yeah, he's giving orders at this point to his employees on what to do, who to contact immediately.
Okay, I will
said it.
relay this over the brooch that there's been some sort of event in Vanguard about a day ago. Over 1,000 people disappeared in the city.
When Prim hears this, like, she is like an old grandma. When she starts hearing someone talk through the brooch, she kind of like puts it closer to her ear. And when she hears this, she like it almost drops the brooch.
Imagining that meme of the old grandma looking at the computer screen with her glasses.
Mm-hmm.
Are we all together-ish?
I mean, except Rain.
Well, yeah,
in the
except for Rain,
basement.
obviously. But, like, are we all together-ish in the ballroom?
Yeah, I mean, more or less, yeah.
Okay, I'll put a reassuring hand onto Prim's shoulder and, like, just give her a look of, don't let it show on your face that you're freaking out. Well, I could actually just say it over the brooch. Don't let people see what you're feeling.
Conceal, don't feel.
Yeah.
Let it go. Let it go.
She's visibly panicked.
And like now, it just sounds like they're activating orders. Nothing, not like any new information coming in, right?
No, yeah, no new information. It's just like he's just giving orders. We need to contact blah blah blah. Server groups, few treasure hunter groups yeah, he's pretty much saying stonemasons, one hand treasure hunters in Nortec. Why? How did this happen? Ruins? Anything? And the person who you assume is the person who gave him this news in the first place, just says, "There's a giant crater. There's a giant crater in the center of where this town used to be."
What?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Prim just starts.
Yeah.
Prim
that
just
gets
starts
relayed.
looking off for where she vaguely knows Rain went.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Like I imagine I start hearing people like start to come towards the door. and
Yeah,
whatnot, and
they're
back off.
yeah.
There's
You could
Prim.
yeah. You move away from the door as you hear like there's like 3 or 4 people who just come out of the study, and they're immediately beelining for going outside the palace, just with their orders of what they're doing.
I'm gonna get a hold of Prim so that she doesn't bolt, and I'm just gonna look down at her and say, "We need to find Alexandria right now."
Right. All right.
And while,
Deep
after
breaths
they've
in,
excused
out.
after they've excused themselves, I'm gonna Melanie is still nearby, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to excuse myself by saying, by pretending that I broke like my heel,
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh, your
Dan.
shoe! Your shoe!
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
what
If
if you want me to come help?
you know, yes. You look like you might be about my size. Now,
1 second,
no,
cat food.
yeah.
Yep.
We all know women go together in groups, you know.
Yeah.
It's so that we are able to summon the bathroom demons that keep away our periods.
Yeah. Mhm.
That's going to be fantastic in the YouTube video.
Also, I can't wait because Jared's not gonna know I said that until later.
Oh, yeah. She's going to, yep, when she's doing her recap.
Yeah,
Her
she's gonna be
session
like,
summary.
Oh,
What can they talk about while I'm
Well,
gone?
I mean, we also did name ourselves the Pussy Destroyers, so.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
Greetings.
What up?
We were very polite while you were gone.
Yep.
Okay.
Nothing
me
crass or crude happened at all.
Sure.
Me
There
and
was
Prim are gonna
no
go
foul
find
language.
Alexandria
All right. Alexandria
and
is,
Angelo.
Angela's, talking, with some stuffy person.
Mhm.
And
She's Bryn is hanging out with Alexandria and Angelo,
yeah.
and you just hear her mutter as you come up. I thought the banana was a bit much, and that's it.
Okay.
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 Angelo, Alexandria, so wonderful to run into you.
It's yes at your reception.
Yes, we are heroes of Leona, as I gesture to the medals on myself and
Yes.
Primrose vibrating with anxiety.
How is, and they get the sense that you're like, okay.
Yes, we are actually going to be having a little private party in a separate room. If you would like to join us,
Okay.
and like Zaytari's like nodding.
Primrose nods rapidly.
Okay.
If you wouldn't mind following after us after about 2 minutes. so as not
Yes.
to be
Yes, of
suspicious.
course.
There's nothing suspicious about this at all.
Okay.
Calm in, deep breaths. And I will
We
escort
really need to
Prim
teach you
out.
how to take deep breaths.
Yeah. Yeah, I will escort Prim out.
Okay. All right. They're gonna follow
I am
several
escorted.
minutes later. And Alexandria is going to whisper something to Bryn. Gives her a nod. And they will follow you out a few minutes after.
Okay.
Um,
Over the brooch, I asked Tilda, where would be the most private place that we could talk about this? Or are we trying to find Thanic?
Tilda over the brooch says, I assumed we were going to Thanic's room, Thanic's office. Melanie and I are already on the way.
That's probably the best place. All right.
The troop heads for Thanic's office.
all right.
Yes.
Yep.
I'll place myself so that I can see when Angelo and Alexandria and Bryn come out,
Okay.
and we'll like wave them over.
All right. You see them come out. But you also see them bring somebody else with them.
Oh boy. Okay.
It's Isadora.
Okay.
And Alexandria comes up to you and says, okay, what's this about? What's going on?
It's terrible. It's awful. 1,000 people gone?
Where? Who? Where? What?
Thanic knows. We're going to go to his office and try to find out more. Apparently, Vanguard is gone.
Vanguard. Oh no. Okay. All right. Let's go.
Said there's just a giant crater in the center of the city.
Oh God. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. And she's just like, coming with them.
I just I appear and say, Prim, I know you want to help, but you gotta remain calm. It's the best way you can help.
All right. I'm calm.
Thanic opens the door before you knock.
You're not really surprised, though, are you?
No, I figured somebody was following me. Come on. He
I kind of shrugging, like, I tried.
he opens the door.
It's the heels, isn't it?
Rain is definitely not wearing heels.
And he closed the door behind all of you. And he says, we don't have too much information. All we know is when we alerted the stonemasons, the Patriarch's spy network, and they went to investigate. By the time they had reached Vanguard, the city had been leveled. We don't know by what. There is a crater in this middle of the city. The government is currently trying to figure out what happened, also to minimize panic within Ironfast.
You said 1,000 people disappeared. Was that being poetic, or is there not a sign of loss of life?
Is there
carnage? Is what she's asking.
There are a lot of charred bodies. From what my
Was there no one who escaped and brought word, or were they just possibly not timed right to
on the
reach?
outskirts of the city or something?
There were, from what he said, there are outlying farms outside the city. The stonemasons are currently questioning those individuals to see what they saw. I do not have that information currently.
How quickly can we get there?
Circle teleportation still out of commission.
Damn it. Is there anyone that's close by that we can get to?
Silverwind is currently attending the party. He might have teleportation, and I know he's been to Ironfast before. I don't know if he's been to... And that Lord, Spymaster Thanic explains, Perrin Silverwind is one of the archmages. He actually came here to deliver the building of Lyre from the Thundrum to us. So he's currently attending the reception, but he's the only person I know off the top of my head that possibly could have that powerful of magic for a teleportation. I don't even know if he has the capability of the spell, but it wouldn't hurt to ask.
I look towards Tilda. And does Drusilla? It's Drusilla, not Drusilla. Yeah. Okay, it's Drusilla. Would Drusilla be able to do this?
Do I know?
You know, when she did it for you, she used an emergency scroll of teleportation. So she probably doesn't have that capability.
Is there anyone that I would
Tilda
know?
just shakes her head at Zaitari.
Like, is there anyone that I would know in Ironfast? Like in Nortec, maybe, that might have that capability? Because I worked with the guards, so...
You know, there's outside the city, there is a circle of teleportation that people use. The Thundrum have the capability, like, very high members of the Thundrum, if you ask and pay them, they will take you to one of the major cities. The problem is the current circle of teleportation that was in front of Valido has been leveled. So
Right.
that circle is out of commission, unless you want to go to another major city and use their circle of teleportation.
Would, just for, some quick geography for us, would it be faster to go to another city and use the teleportation, or to just straight travel?
I'm trying to. So you're in Valido, Vanguard's that way. So it's like 500 miles. It probably would be better at this point to just travel on your own, and instead of going to another city, because you would go to Nortec. If you wanted to go to Vanguard, you'd arrive in Nortec and then you'd have to travel to Vanguard. The only problem is at the border of Leona and Ironfast, there are a lot of mountains. So that usually slows travel down by half, like an extra 3 days.
Is there any, just because I'm not certain how that sort of travel works in Pondera, can we like rent a griffin? Or are airships common enough?
Could we conscript an airship?
Can we ask one of the dragons we know?
Oh yeah, we do know some dragons.
There are currently 2 airships within Valido because they came as soon as word had gotten out that Valido was being attacked. The Flying Ifrit and the Falcon.
Right.
So they are possibly
But they got blown
available.
up.
And they would be faster than normal travel were they in usable condition,
Yes.
right?
The one that got blown up was a airship of that fed on necrotic energy, which was the enemy airship. And you do have Thanarach, if he was able to carry you all. That would be the difficult part.
Yeah, there's a large number of us. I don't know how big he is.
He's definitely not big enough to carry all of you.
Okay. So I think that maybe we should see if there is an airship that we could possibly, rent or conscript or whatever. If the teleportation is that difficult, unless we want to check with the mage who is visiting. I mean, if he has the ability and willingness to help us.
Yeah, Alexandria is like, how many could I... Problem is, it's been a very long time since I've been in Nortec. Oh, she has to check on something.
Imagine even a dragon would be a day or so, right?
Yeah, I mean, the dragon would be fast, too.
But if we can't...
An airship might be the best option.
I mean, unless there's somebody who can teleport us there, I feel like an airship would probably be best, because we could all fit on it.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Alright,
Which is what Tilda will say. I just didn't say it with an accent.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Alright, Alexandra says that she is... I'm gonna head to One Hand and see if the Flying Ifrit is available. If not, we'll have to pay for it, which is fine.
That's the one with
I'm
that
pretty sure the captain owns us a favor.
Yeah, she owes us. She does owe us a favor, and she's not gonna get arrested in Nortec. At least I hope not. Unlike like Robert. So.
Well, I don't really need her to take us to Nortec. She can take us to Vanguard.
Yeah, it's true. Hopefully there isn't anything flying around Vanguard. All right.
Well, if there is, we can take care of it.
I hope so. And she just... Alexandra has this look on her face. I don't even want to think worst case scenario what this could be, and she's taken off.
Should we get Thanarach before she leaves? Should we get Thanarach to come with us in case there is something in the sky?
If you can convince him.
It was hard for him to leave his... Actually, no, this is Bryn. It was really hard for him to leave his town. I don't know that... I don't know that he'll stay that much longer.
Yeah, his plan, Bryn would know, his plan was to go to Valido, then go to Skorok, then eventually go home. Because he's been a little worried about it. I mean, it's probably well protected, but he's still worried about it. He doesn't like leaving his people too long.
What about Maite?
Maite is definitely not big enough. Maite, Isadora says...
Well, she could come with us.
Yeah, Isadora's like, Maite will come with us. That's no problem.
That poor girl has been through enough, I think.
No,
If there's something in the skies over Ironfast, then we can handle it.
I agree with Prim. I glance at Zaitari. Heroes of Leona now.
We are heroes of Leona.
I gesture to my medal. I think we've proven ourselves capable of taking care of some pretty nasty things, or at least sneaking past them if needed.
True.
Getting around them.
I can also make it look like we just have a big-ass dragon, too.
Are you able to, instead of making a dragon, possibly make a cloud that the ship could be in?
I don't know if
hide
be
the
that
ship.
big. Because I can do, for major image, I can do huge. So, I don't know if the airship is bigger than that.
Right. I don't know either.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
I would need probably the step up from major image, which I believe is Mirage Arcane, in order to be able to sufficiently hide the entire ship.
Hang on, let me check. Let me check what spells I get. 5th level spells. I can hide us in insects.
Yeah.
I love that spell.
No, clerics get absolute shit as far as control spells.
Thanic's gonna look over at Angel. He hasn't left yet. He's kind of there for waiting for more information if there any more information comes in. Also listening to you guys. And he's like, he looks thoughtful and kind of fearful at the same time. And he is just looking over Thanic, and Thanic's looking for him, and I seem like there's like a unspoken conversation going on between them.
Between Thanic and Angelo?
Yeah.
They're fucking.
Thanic says,
I'm glad that there's this one thing we can agree on.
Yes. Definitely.
Thanic says, is there anything... This is obviously, connected with that dragon cult. Is there anything you know? And Angel's like, hey, at this point, I don't know. I mean, worst case scenario, they... resurrected Marux. I don't think he had that capability if he came back. And then it's like, oh god, we're screwed. Several minutes later, while you guys are discussing, Alexandria comes back. And she's like, alright, I sent a message to One Hand, who's able to contact Grenadine. Grenadine is in Valido. She was resupplying, and she was gonna head to Gadarn, but she can make a pit stop. A very long pit stop. So, when are you guys ready to go?
As soon as she's ready.
All
How
right.
long until she gets here?
She's already in Valido. She's been in Valido since the battle.
Oh, how long will it be
To
until
restock?
she's ready to go then?
She wants to get the wyverns fed, so 12 hours.
Then I guess we'll be ready in 12 hours.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well.
What time of day is it?
It's probably like 2 in the afternoon.
I would like to go into town and get supplies myself. I would like to go into town and get supplies myself. Maybe just a short jaunt, see if we can shore up, potions and whatnot that we might have used. See if there's anything of that nature that we might be able to take with us to assist in who knows what. I mean,
Honestly, darling, I don't think you're going to be able to find anything, but by all means, if you feel the need to look, then
we have 12 hours. It won't take me 12 hours to pack. I think it would make more sense to double check and have some supplies that we could possibly use than...
At the very least, we could try to find potion-making materials, because, Rain, can't you make them?
Yes, I'm the stuff that's a little more utility and deadly, not so much healing. Been looking for some books, but
if you're going to go into town looking for potions, I'm gonna reach into the group funds. I will hand over let's see. Would 50 platinum pieces cover it, DM?
Holy shit!
That's 500 gold, so
Right.
yeah, that would cover, like, on average healing potions anywhere from 50 to 75 gold pieces each.
Okay, so I'm just trying to cover anything that she might need. You know. You know what? Here. Take 100 platinum pieces. So yeah, Tilda will hand over a small purse with 100 platinum pieces within it. That is only for group things, and I expect it back. I expect any change.
Alexandria's here too, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask her if Alexandria, do you plan on having Theo and Ishkan coming, or they have to remain here for duties?
No, I was gonna ask. I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket. That's the only thing I'm worried about in case this goes south.
I think that is
I can
wise.
Bren will say that she can stay behind.
Okay. Keep an eye on things just in case things go sour. You know where the lore stash
It's
is.
already a little scrambled.
Yeah. You know where the lore stash is, Bryn. Just make sure nobody gets their hands on it. Iskin and Theo know too.
I'm gonna ask Alexandria. Alexandria, can I have the other half of that sending stone?
Yeah, here.
Since you're going to be with us.
Yeah, that's no problem.
And I'll hand the other... I'll hand that stone to Bryn.
Okay.
So if we need to get in contact with each other...
Right. I will let you know if anything comes up. And
Bryn,
if
not Melanie.
yeah, that was Bryn.
Didn't sound like
you
Bryn,
did
but
this
okay.
to yourself.
Sigh.
You did this to yourself.
Come on, leave her alone.
Anyway,
All right.
Prim is just ready. Prim is just ready to go. Prim's just like, I've got my armor and I've got my axe and I've got my magic. Don't need anything else.
Do you need anything else in town?
Healing potions are always good. An extra diamond? If you happen to find one.
And Alexandra's like, anything that you can think of.
Anything you could what?
Anything you can think of versus undead, possibly, if it's really them.
Oh, I do hate undead.
Yeah, they aren't great.
Is Isadora coming with us?
Issa is...
I'm just go back to my home planet now.
Alexandra's like, she's just an initiate. She doesn't have any of the abilities yet, like me, like the others. I think.
No, I was asking. Ro was asking.
Oh.
I just wasn't sure what was happening.
Oh. Well, she's been with you this whole time.
Right.
Brought her along.
I know. I thought that was weird. So I'm wondering, is she coming to Vanguard or Nortec or wherever we're going with us?
No. It sounds like Alexandra wants her to stay here too, in case something happens.
That's fine. In that case, at some point after this meeting disbands, Tilda would like to grab Issa, talk to her privately.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Anybody else want to do anything? Just shopping for supplies for now?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, probably just... I'll go into town.
All right, tell me what you're looking for. I'll have to roll to see if you can find it because the town is really kind of sparse right now.
Yep. We might want to go to Nortec just for supplies.
Actually, that might be a good idea.
That might be smart because we're pretty tapped out here, but we'll see if we can
They probably know how to handle undead.
find
too.
anything.
Mm-hmm.
Just a quick question, because I don't have it on my inventory list, but I know somebody does. Who has that iron flask?
I don't know.
I don't. I have the Hat of Disguise still.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't.
Rain.
I don't.
Okay,
Oh.
nobody
Pretty
claimed it then.
No, wait.
So we'll say,
I forgot we had it.
for purposes of I remembered it. I remembered it last night. For purposes of fun. Hey Alexandria, can you identify magic items?
Yeah.
Do we know what's in it?
I hand this over. I hand the iron flask to Alexandria. Do you know what's in this?
Holy shit. How did... yeah, give me a minute.
We just found it.
Yeah.
How did we find it?
Yeah, it was in the
We
castle.
killed that. Yeah, we killed
Oh,
that dude.
right.
We found it off of a body.
Okay, so... Oh, yeah. Okay, so I'm just... Yeah, identify can reveal it. Okay, let me...
Ooh. We have a
I could have
regular
identified
necrotic
that.
resistance. That might be.
Oh, that might be useful.
Okay,
Who still has slots they can actually attune to?
I do.
Let's see, I've got one.
I'll say, who has that ring?
It might be really useful for Melanie since she's our tank.
Let's just assume it's in my bag of holding.
I currently am only attuned to the boots. Nope, I'm attuned to two things: my shield and my boots of striding and springing.
Okay.
Yeah, I have 2 as well.
I'll bring the ring. I said they've got this. If we're going to a place with a lot of undead, we got this ring of necrotic resistance. Who wants me to get down on one knee?
Well,
Already taken, darling.
Xandra says, "Well, I have bad news. It appears to be empty."
Oh.
She hands it back to you.
Well,
Well,
that might
that's
not be
not
a bad thing.
Yeah, that's not the
I
worst
mean-
thing.
Isn't that better? Isn't that the thing? Did we ever identify it? Like, figure out what it was?
No,
But
that's
we knew
not.
it was
No.
not Alaska. You know,
I don't know, man.
I think we did.
Well, she said iron
Someone
flask, and
someone
then
made a
realized
check.
her-
Someone made a check.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, and Prim is like, isn't that a good thing? I mean, I thought someone said that whatever might come out of that thing might be bad.
I'm just gonna add iron flask. Empty. To
Why am I missing 1 hit point?
my list.
Who punched me?
I was about to say you tripped and fell. I don't know.
Like, hit me.
1 point of social embarrassment.
Yeah, so Zaitari's all tapped out in terms of
Um,
attuned items. So is Tilda, although I've been meaning to take the amulet of non-detection off since my parents obviously know where I am now.
Yeah, it doesn't matter as much anymore.
Yeah.
for what I was looking for, DM, you said you wanted. So I'm thinking, I will keep in mind that we could get other supplies in Nortec, but I just want to see if there's any healing potions or anything that would assist in any sort of aerial combat situation.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm gonna look for any sellers of diamonds.
I'm only looking for like some +1 bolts.
All right. You are able to find there are healing potions available, but they're currently marketed at 150 gold each.
Ooh.
Yeah, everything is pretty scarce right now, so
Fucking price gougers.
supply and demand, and the place you do find only has 3 of them available.
I think that healing potions are more important because because I've still got. Oh, I thought I only had 1 diamond, but I apparently have 2. So never mind.
I don't know how updated they are, but we have 7 total healing potions at the moment.
I will, if I flash my shiny new metal, do they give me a little bit of a discount off that 150?
They can.
Okay, do they have
We
anything?
saved you, dude.
Do they have anything that would help with aerial combat, like Potion of Featherfall or something?
It's kind of like, in case you didn't know, we are the heroes of Leona.
They're pretty much tapped out of everything at the moment. They explain that the shops that you do visit explain that before the rebellion began, like there was a lot of people buying a lot of things.
Right.
Is there anywhere that does Tilda know Earthbind?
Give me a second.
I
think so.
apparently have no healing potions. Whatever I had in the past, I have used.
I have 1 healing potion.
I still have all 3.
I have 2 right now. So
God damn it! Just show up. God, Earthbind. There it is. Yep. Tilda knows Earthbind.
Yeah, that'll help.
She also knows Featherfall. For those of you worried about crashing to the
Well,
ground. And
I'm just thinking aerial combat. Somebody could.
Yeah.
she also knows Fly.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Although
Okay.
there's only so many people I can cast that on, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
But still, it's nice to have.
It's like a spell slot of 4.
All right.
Sorry, Rain.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
I can do it at 5th level and get... Hang on.
3?
3? Yeah.
Yeah.
For each level, yeah. So I have my broom. I can fly anyway, you know.
I mean, most of my combat spells are ranged, but
Right.
Prim is not designed to be useful in air. Unfortunately, she's designed to stick close to 1 or 2 people
You also have your
and
sling.
protect. I do have a sling, and I've got guiding bolt, and I've got fucking flame strike.
While I am still out in the town, does anyone have any +1 ammunition for either a crossbow or a longbow?
I do not require such things.
Well, I have a longbow that I could use if I need it. And I
need
know.
a crossbow bolt.
Yeah, you have, and Rain has a crossbow.
Yeah, so you were looking for...
Yeah, if you can
stores
find...
that might have that, right?
Yeah, basically +1 sling bullets, because that's what Prim uses.
Mm-hmm.
+1 crossbow bolts for Rain, and then arrows for you.
Or honestly, just a +1 longbow would be fine too.
That would also
I still have. Let me look. Some +1 bullets. I have 8 left.
Nice.
Okay, that's nice. Yeah, I will assist Melanie in looking for places to buy magical
Ammunition?
arms
Okay.
and ammunition. Because there was that place that we bought the magical hand axe for Prim. I know
Was
that...
it, how do you spell it?
No, it was the
No.
cook shop.
Yeah, it was there
The
because she had a
iron
+2.
okay.
She had a
The iron
+2.
skillet, yeah.
Yeah. That I desperately wanted to buy, but it was very expensive.
So you're looking for +1 ammunition?
Or a
+1 longbow.
Alright.
yeah, longbow or heavy crossbow.
They do have 10 +1 arrows. She's selling them at 100 each.
Ooh.
Damn.
Did you
Anything
know
else?
that we are the heroes of Leona? And I'm going to try to make a persuasion check.
Make
to
a
try to
persuasion
convince
check
her-
with, since you're flashing the meadow, just roll a persuasion check with advantage.
All right. As soon as my character sheet actually loads, I will
Yeah,
do that.
it's being... Character sheets are being real dumb today.
Yeah, they're being really slow today. I don't know why.
My spells have pretty... Like, they just have disappeared, basically.
Yeah, I have to
Alright.
keep it... I can't window it. Or my spells will not show up.
Okay.
That might be...
28.
Alright, she'll give them to you for 75 each.
Okay.
But you have to tell everybody you meet that this is your...
Favorite
This
stop.
is my favorite store in all of Leona.
I just realized what I was saying, and I was just flashing back to this. Is
I
my
am the
favorite show.
hero of Leona, and this is my favorite store in all of Valido.
Yeah, too bad she doesn't have a recording device.
Hit the renegade interrupt. Hit the renegade.
Yeah, too bad she doesn't have a magic mouth that I could program.
But yeah, as long as you're willing to tell people about her place, her store, she'll give them to you for 75 each.
Yeah,
Of course.
absolutely. Bye.
All right.
And do you have +1 longbows?
I do not have a +1 longbow.
Do you know anybody that might have a longbow? As much as this is our favorite store, we would still like a +1 longbow.
Or honestly, just a longbow that's enchanted with really anything, like it just green, so it's a magical.
Yes, or a heavy crossbow. That also works.
She's trying to think. The city's pretty, like she says, the city's really sparse
Pretty
right
tapped
now.
out.
Yeah.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah, she can't think of anything.
Okay.
All right, we'll try for Nortec. But
It's a long shot, but I will inquire with Danica whether she knows anyone who, might have oh, this building is empty. I should take the items inside and might know, where you can find something underground.
With her, she's like, hmm. Well, we've been looting a lot of the rebel bodies lately.
Jesus.
Yes.
We might have something. Can you give me a few hours?
Yeah, let me know.
All right. You'll be. She'll like, you'll be at the palace.
Give me the option of the first right to buy.
All right, of course.
So I'll ask over the brooch. Tilda, can we use the group funds to buy ammunition or potions only?
How much is the ammunition?
We managed to talk them down to 75 gold pieces each.
What are you?
They were 125. Or they
That's
were
a
100.
lie.
They were 100. I meant I thought it was 125, but that was closer to the
Yeah,
potion.
the
that
healing
is
potions
per
were 100.
piece and not like per
Bundle?
Or
How
per
many are
bundle.
you buying?
Well, is it 75
It's
per
75
arrow?
per arrow.
Ooh.
It is.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that it's worth it.
I was about to say, well, go to Nortec. Look
Yes.
there.
Well, this is still our favorite store in Leona, but
Right.
it is a little bit out of our budget right now.
That's fair. Everything is a little pricey right now.
Yes. Well, hopefully everything recovers quickly.
I hope so too.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, we'll head back.
Okay.
And then I guess the only thing we're waiting on
Is
is
the
an
ship.
enchanted. Yeah. Well, that and the word on an enchanted crossbow or longbow that might
Okay.
have been.
Yeah,
looted.
that's gonna take a few hours because she has to go back to the go to their warehouses, talk to the fences, and see if they have anything available.
Yeah.
When I get back, I give the 100
Or
flat
she
back.
might just find one somewhere.
Or she just might find one.
That would be the most ideal.
You give the 100 back
Yeah.
to me. It's all there.
Yep.
Okay.
1, 2,
2, yeah,
3,
3,
4.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
10.
No. Okay, looks like it's all here. Wonderful. I had also, like I said, I wanted to talk privately with Isadora
Okay.
real quick.
Yeah, she'll you can take her aside.
After the meeting.
Yeah. Hi. Yes.
Yes. Hello, darling.
Hi.
I was wondering if I could ask a huge favor.
What's the favor?
Would you mind, you see, my younger sister has, a crush on a boy who, the Hugh Bear boys are here in town,
Yeah,
right?
they're at the palace. You might
Okay.
have seen them mingling in the ballroom.
Right. Has a crush on a young man.
Mm-hmm.
She has a young male suitor who, is a huge fan of
I forgot about this.
of your work.
I see.
I was wondering if, since we are going out of town so quickly, you might be willing to give a sort of private concert. It wouldn't have to be very long. Tonight.
Tonight. I suppose I could. I have no problem in doing so.
For my sister, her suitor, myself, and my fiance.
Of course. That's no problem whatsoever.
Wonderful.
I can find one of the music rooms and we can have it there.
Wonderful. Just let me know which music room, if it's going to be the north, the south, or and what time.
Mm-hmm.
Grab a servant and send them the message.
Of course.
Or send me the message through them.
Of course.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
No. Don't worry about it. You saved me. You all saved me. It's the least I could do. Oh,
Thank
you
you.
saved my Tay, actually. That's the wrong. Yeah.
In a way, it's sort of like saving you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hmm.
At this point, she's like, "Are you going to? This is not any of my business, but you're going to tell him that you're leaving."
Of course. Yes. Why?
No reason. Just asking. Curious.
All right. I would like to do an insight
Yeah,
check
sure.
because that's really suspicious and weird.
Yeah, no kidding.
Insight.
Give me a
Ugh.
second.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's not bad.
She's honestly curious.
Okay. Well, I need to. Oh, by the way, Maite is more than welcome to, join us as well. It's just I, promised her
Of
I'd
course.
try to set something up, and like I said, we're leaving so soon.
It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I'll probably ask the servants for the north room just to make things easy. I don't think anybody's booking music rooms currently because gestures to
probably not.
outside. Yes.
Wonderful. North music room. Around what time do you think?
You guys are leaving in 12 hours. Maybe 7? It'll
7.
Be short concert. Yeah, she looks a little awkward too. Like there's so much happening,
Yeah.
and you asked her for
a concert.
Yeah.
It's what she does. She is a performer.
Yes, it is what she does. All right.
You are a performer. You will perform for me.
Dance puppet.
Dance, puppet, dance.
By the way, if you need some sort of financial compensation, I'm more than happy to provide.
It's believe me, it's fine. It's fine.
Dance, water, dance. That's the line. Kingdom Hearts.
Well then, I'm going to go inform my people that there's going to be a surprise for them.
Okay.
Tonight.
Yeah, I need to go tell people I'm leaving now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna head back down to the ballroom.
Okay.
Try to find Theo and Rosamund and.
Yeah, you could probably easily find them. If you're looking like not now that you're not distracted by like talk people getting your attention here and there, you can just open it up and just take a look. Like, oh, there they are. They're pretty much where you left them. Time hasn't passed that much. You're not one of the individuals that went shopping, so.
Yeah. In that case, I'm gonna go over to Theo. And whoever he's talking to, I'm going to say, beg pardon, would you not mind if I borrowed Theodric for a moment?
And there's like, there looks like they're like a couple, a knight you've never met and his squire, and, Theo nods and he goes with you. Where did you,
So I'm just kind of pulling him along. I'm going to I've looped my arm into his, and I'm tugging him over to where my parents are.
Okay.
Because fuck it at this point.
He's like, okay, he's like readying himself now. He's just like, oh, we're doing this now. Okay.
Yes, dear, we're doing this now because my troop and I are leaving in the morning.
Leaving? Where?
We're going to Nortec.
Why didn't...
It's a long story. I'll explain later.
Oh, all right.
Just know that we are leaving basically in 12 hours.
Okay. Of course.
And so I'm going over to my parents.
All right.
Is Rosamond anywhere near them?
Yeah, she's nearby. She's
Okay.
she's been hanging around with your mom.
Yeah.
They're I mean, as far as anybody else could tell, the Lord and Lady are their very happy social selves.
Mm-hmm.
Rosamund has been reserved per usual. Every once in a while, speaking to your mom.
Yeah. All right. I walk over and Mother.
Oh.
Father. I have someone I'd like you both to meet.
At this point, Rosamund, like, you know...
Oh, I'm sure she's looking at me like,
She's
what the fuck
yeah,
are you
she's
doing?
like, she's looking at you, owlish. She's like, what the she doesn't say anything, but her face, like,
No.
explains this all, like...
No.
Have you gone mad?
And your mother already knows this. She's like...
Right.
She has, she has a smile on her face, and she's like... Oh, I see. But your father is just like stone face currently. You're not sure what's behind the stone face, but he's just like standing there still while your mother is.
Do you want Zartari to be just like around for this, just in case?
Doesn't matter to me, honestly. Tilda can take care of herself.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Tilda kind of goes on to say, now I know, of course, you both have already met the young Loyalar. But I wanted to introduce him to you in a different context.
Rosamund is just like...
No.
Spontaneously turn invisible.
Like, you can almost literally hear, like, the flatlining sound, like, from one of those, what the fuck they call those, machines?
EKGs.
Yeah, the EKGs, just like,
Yeah.
beep. And your mother's just smiling, because,
Yes.
she knew this. She already knew
Yep.
this. And she's like,
Theodric here.
stepping in front of your father.
Yeah. Theodric here, and I do that thing again where I pat his bicep with my left hand. Is my fiancé.
Rosamund...
Theo's just like, ha.
Yeah, Theo's like, and he doesn't know the situation with your mother, so he's as gracefully as he can, with some measure of shock in his voice. And seeing that weirdly seeing that your mother seems very receptive, goes towards her first. It's like, it's so good to finally, and he's like, to finally see you again. It's a pleasure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rosamund's like, what the fuck are you doing?
I give her kind of a look like, don't worry about it.
That doesn't help.
Nope.
Not your business.
Well,
your father finally snapping out of his stupor. very quietly, shakes Theodric's hand, trying not to, like, do that death grip thing.
Yeah.
And look at you, kind of with the look
He
like,
will lose.
what? He doesn't say it out loud, but he gives you a look as, what the hell are you doing? And he is surrounded by nobility, so it's right now it's very difficult for him to, like, he is restraining himself.
He has to be polite.
He has to be polite. I mean, the queen's in the same ballroom for this sake.
Before either of you get your knickers in any sort of twist,
Oh.
the queen has already given her blessing to our arrangement.
Just the blood drains from your father's face.
So if you have any sort of arguments against it, I say, like, I'm looking directly at my father, you'd best take it up with her.
Bitch.
And at this point,
do you do the Z snap now?
No.
At this point,
I
there
am.
are several nobles taking notice of this situation around you guys.
I understand that this puts a damper on some of your grand plans, Father. But it seems there is... It seems that someone in this family, at least one person in this family, should be able to follow their heart and do what they believe is right. We have been at war with the Loyalar Duchy for far too long. This will put an end to it. This has put an end to it.
Your father looks at you, looks around the room, because at this point there are a few nobles that's just ceased their conversation and they're listening in. And out of the corner of your eye, you do see Princess Alyssa, and she has, like, the biggest shit-eating grin on her face.
And she's like double fisting.
Like, yeah, get it, girl.
Yeah!
And she's like just looking at the scenario, like, in case she has to step in. It hasn't gotten the queen's attention yet. She's over on the far side of the room speaking to Duke Allard and his wife. And, talking to, now who has detached himself away from Deacon, talking to the young Galloway, who she hasn't seen forever.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose. And Lord Griswold looks at his wife, who is still smiling very brightly. Of course. He is stunned right now. He is just politely nodding. But it's kind of that he shakes Theo's hand and kind of gives you a, we're going to talk about this later look.
Was that Theo?
Towards
Or-
you.
Oh, okay.
Too bad I'm not going to be here in 12 hours. Bye.
Bitch. Yeah.
And at this point, Alyssa, like, steps up.
Well, first of all, I just wanted to say, before I kind of... Again, I'm sure this disappoints you, but this is a knot that is strong and fierce. And it is a bond I shall not lose. Ever. And I want to see if that makes any kind of sense. I'm trying to reference the strings poem.
Yeah. He looks a little taken back. Like, how do you know
that?
Yeah. And he looks over at his, at your mother, looks at Rosamund, who is containing herself well at this point. Kind of like...
She's had a lot of practice.
Yeah.
She's very...
Yeah, the wine glass she drained that wine glass, though. Like, whenever you weren't looking, or whenever nobody was looking. It's like, that red wine, it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, using a handkerchief to dab the remains at the corner of her mouth. Yeah, that's pretty much what your father looks like. Ish. Without the googly eyes.
I gotta remember to turn notifications for Discord back on when we're playing, because I miss all these good gifts. And memes.
Theodric will, at this point, smile at you and just give you a light kiss. Because he don't give a shit.
He's like, whatever, this isn't my family, I don't care.
Yeah. I mean, I'm married into it. I mean, might as well go along with what my fiance's doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I'm marrying into this family, but, at the same time.
Yeah, and he turns to Lord Griswold and says, it will be I look forward to speaking with you about the new alliance that the Loyalar and the Galantara Duchy will obtain once this marriage has been sealed. And your mother's like, isn't that lovely, darling? And your father's just like, what?
So
What?
okay, at this point, does he have to roll a con save to not have a heart attack? Like, just from the stress that is burning inside him.
Yeah, at this point, he's like,
I'm just gonna excuse myself now.
Yeah, he's excusing himself at this point. And, as to, put on the show, Lady Bernadine follows him. And then now Alyssa comes...
I kind of give my mother a, small smile and, hoping to encompass all of the, okay, our relationship is mostly good now.
Okay.
Kind of thing.
She'll return the smile and follow your father out. Your sister and Alyssa will step up to you, and your sister's gonna be like, I must be dreaming. This is all a dream, and I am not here. I am still in my room in the palace.
I reach forward and I pinch her lightly.
Ow! Nope.
Not dreaming, darling.
Not dreaming. No. Why?
Because they needed to know. Because I was tired of hiding. Because Mother wanted to meet him. And because I'm going to be leaving in about 12 hours.
And at that point, Theo's like, what? Pardon? And
I already told him this.
Oh yeah, sorry.
We just didn't. She just didn't tell him the particulars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Alyssa is.
Alyssa's like my OTP.
Alyssa has stolen a tray of champagne from a servant and holds it up to you guys. I think this calls for a celebration. A toast.
I agree. I
Uh,
agree, Your Highness.
and at this point, like, there's a hush over your section of the ballroom, and it's now caught in the attention of the queen. And she looks over and sees you and Theodric, and she's like, "Oh, we're doing this," and she, flags down the servant. Whispers to him, and
Apparently we're fucking doing this.
and she grabs a champagne flute and walks down. People part for her as she walks through the ballroom to your section, and she's smiling. Would you like to, is there anything you'd like to say, Lady Matilda? Yeah, this is Queen Victoria.
Yeah, yeah. I curtsy a little and say, as a matter of fact, Your Majesty, I just got done telling my parents, so I suppose it's all right for public knowledge, public consumption now. And I kind of glance at Theo like, is this okay?
And Theo's like, yes.
Do it.
Do it! She lifts her glass, Tilda lifts her glass of champagne towards Theo in kind of like a getting ready to toast kind of thing, and says,
And it's, as soon as the queen had walked over to you guys, it's now pretty quiet.
yeah. The Galantera family is happy to announce that their eldest daughter, Matilda Persephone Adelaide Bernadine Galantera, will be marrying Theodric Henry Loyalar in the near future.
There are several gasps that tear through the ballroom.
You can hear from at like some point in the ballroom, Zaitari just goes, "Yeah, you tell him, Tilda."
And I kind of
just
clink
starts
my glass.
clapping.
I clink my glass against Theo's,
Mhm.
and then I take a sip of champagne.
Okay.
You know.
Yep. And the queen will lift her flute and say, "To the blessed union." And she will drink, and everybody was like, "Yeah,
to the blessed union. Oh
Yeah.
my fucking god!
yeah." Everybody's just like, "What the fuck just happened?"
Yeah.
Several
Theo.
several disappointed female
Mm-hmm.
sighs.
Yeah, that's right, bitches.
I put a ring on it myself.
Yeah, Princess Alyssa is just like, yeah.
And then Tilda will lean up and give Theo a kiss.
Okay. Yeah, there are several more champagne bottles that pop open. Probably one from, you hear one of the Hubert boys. You're not sure which one it is. Like, say, yeah, Theo. Probably the younger one.
Yeah, and then while I, like, right after I kiss him, I kind of lean up and whisper in his ear, "By the way, darling, I've arranged a double date, a concert for."
By the way, there's just all these things happening.
Yeah, for you and I and Rosamond, and it's Pierre that she likes,
Yeah,
right?
Pierre.
And Pierre, with the Ice Queen in the North Music Room at 7.
Sounds lovely. He leans down and whispers to you. You will be telling me where you're leaving to in 12 hours, right?
Of course. Not now, though.
Okay.
You might want to alert your friend, though,
Okay.
that he has a date tonight.
I will. He looks over and sees Pierre with Francois, and he waves him over. And Pierre's like putting an arm around Theo and like saying congratulations. Francois is a little more reserved. Just shaking his hand. Congratulations, Lord Loyalar, and he gives pause when he's called Lord Loyalar. But he nods in
Lord
agreement.
Loyalar is my father.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's him now.
Yeah, it's him now.
Yeah. So yeah, he pauses at that, but he regains his composure, and and then he leans down to Pierre, and Pierre like blinks confused, and then goes from confused to wide-eyed to like there's a blush beginning to creep up his neck.
Yep.
To like looking at Rosamund, to like looking at you guys, to like looking at Francois, and Francois heard. He's like, there's a rare smirk from Francois as he's, drinking his champagne. And like, it looks like the poor boy might implode. Looking over at you guys again, and then Rosamund, and like, going for another flute of champagne.
Yeah. So at some point during the festivities, I'll also inform Rosamund about the plan.
And Rosamund is, yes, the same way as Pierre did, almost mirroring it. Like, there's a little sputtering. Like, but tonight I don't have anything to wear. What am I? Oh my goodness. And she's like,
We'll find you something.
She's freaking out a little bit.
Darling, Rosamund, darling. Deep breaths. In. Out. We will find you something to wear. We are in a palace.
Yes, we are.
If you don't have anything, I'm sure I have something. If I don't have anything that appeals to you, then we can move on and try to find something that I'm sure Princess Alyssa will let you borrow something.
Yes, of course. Everything will be fine.
Or any one of my friends, even.
She looks over at your quote-unquote friends. Are you sure they won't be angry at you at this point? Your bachelorette friends.
Oh, you mean okay, them. Those friends.
Those friends. She wasn't sure which friends you meant.
Oh, darling, no. I didn't mean our acquaintances from before my life of adventuring. Come on, let's go try and find you something.
She takes a second flute. Yes, of course. And at this point, Francois has dragged Pierre away.
Yeah.
Like, come on, we gotta go back to our room. And he's, Pierre's like, what should I bring? Like, and this was before you told Rosamund, and as he's being dragged away, he's like, should I what kind? I don't know what kind of flowers to bring her. And Francois was like, come on, we'll figure this out. You'll be fine.
Young noble love, so awkward.
Alright, so that's you guys are gonna go dress.
Yeah, so I don't know how much you want to RP like the concert and stuff like that, or what.
Yeah. Let me.
Theo and my discussion is.
Yeah.
About...
Let me get to Rain first because it's about 2.5 hours later.
Yeah, that's
when
fine.
when Danica comes back, and she looks at Rain, and she finds Rain, and she has a sack with her, small sack, and she's like, found you. So you said crossbow. you said?
Crossbow bolts, a longbow, a magical longbow, magical crossbow, ranged weaponry.
Mm-hmm. Magical longbow, magical crossbow.
Magical heavy crossbow.
Magical heavy crossbow.
You get what you get, okay? You can't shoot.
Just saying.
It fell off the back of a truck.
That is
Fell off the back of
specifically
an airship.
specifically what Melanie said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it has a longer
back of
range.
an airship.
Well, you, my friend, are in luck. I have a few options for you. Meaning I stole a few things for you. You owe me later. So...
Clearly, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, right.
Hero, I point.
Yes,
Hero.
the anything for the hero. All right. So here are a few options. I found, so we have this, and she shows you she was able to scrounge up a +1 longbow. One of your options. The other option is, let me get that. Control find. So the other one is she brings out another longbow, and it looks very strange. It looks like it was a tree branch that grew into a bow shape, and there's a bowstring on it.
This didn't fall off the back of an airship.
This probably fell off, I don't know,
This fell out of a wizard's tower. Don't worry about it.
this probably fell out of somebody's pocket while he was falling down. And would make any bowyer very happy to have. Well, this would put bowyers out of business. I've been told that this one, as well as having the attributes of the one next to me, or the one I just laid in front of you, has the ability of sprouting arrows from its wood. It does need to be watered. And it needs some form of sunlight. Occasionally, every day. But you never have to buy arrows again.
And I know there's a finder's fee, of course, for these items.
I mean, now that you're a hero of Leona, I mean, I might need a favor or two in the future, if that's cool.
I trust you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna ask you to kill anybody, hon. Maybe steal something. Or procure something. I'm sorry if that's the language you use now.
Well, respectable. Well, I think we'll take this unique one. I've always appreciated the unique items we found in the past.
Yeah. I've been told that this is called, and hold on to something. This is called a leaf bow because that is a creative name for an item of this make.
An elf wizard, then.
Probably an elf wizard. I don't know. I wasn't the person who procured this. I just happened to...
Say no more, really. Yeah. Best we don't know.
Yes. It's finders keepers.
Can't lie in his own truth if you don't know.
And here is just a +1 heavy crossbow if you're still interested in that. So this
I
is
think
3.
well, I hope I made the right choice, but I think we'll keep just this one. I mean, you can have fun with the others. Make a little point if you need to.
Okay. All right.
You only needed one, right? No one else was looking.
I mean, I could always dual wield them.
Okay,
I'm
just
not
the one.
100% sure how.
We're gonna grow a third arm.
That's what crossbow expert lets you do, right? Is
Well-
dual wield heavy crossbows.
Hand crossbows, but so yeah, I'll take the leaf bow.
Leaf bow. Okay. All right. So let me actually type the. So it does. This one does require attunement. Yes, if you need to deattune yourself to everything. It is +1 damage, +1 to hit. That is. And it does sprout infinite arrows from the wood.
Okay.
That is pretty cool, though.
The arrows are normal, but you'll never run out of arrows, and you never have to buy arrows.
Aw.
Well, I mean, they're
Well,
magical.
a +1 bow that also produces +1 arrows is effectively a +2 bow, and that would be pretty fucking badass.
And an infinite money machine.
Yeah, that too.
I'm gonna go to work today. Pull an arrow, pull an arrow, pull an arrow, pull an arrow.
And this is, let me get a picture of it.
Well, obviously what you need to do is just...
That's what it looks like.
Ooh, cool.
Very cool.
Badass.
But obviously what Melanie needs to do is die. We cast Reincarnate, and we use races from Pathfinder so that you can roll a Thrycrin, and then you could have 4 arms. And then you would be able to do it.
I'll just stay me.
Are you sure you don't want to go through all of that so that you could dual wield it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially since you don't get to pick. So, I mean, I might come back as, like, I don't
God
even know.
damn it.
Bugbear.
The wharf again.
Bugbear.
Hobgoblin.
Rain, just make it quick.
Wanty.
Try again.
Ooh, Kenku. Interesting. Oh, now I
Let
can't
me-
talk. Shit.
Let me just let you know that the bugbear wizard that I made for a one-shot was incredible.
Ooh. Sounds cool.
Grench is an anthropologist. Study human behavior. Also cast fireball.
Sounds like Grench would have gotten along with my tiefling barbarian, Rage.
Oh, just named Rage.
Yep.
Nice.
Rage speak like this. Rage have 10 intelligence. Rage choose speak this way.
Following that lifestyle.
Yep. Gotta commit.
Mhm.
Anybody else want to do anything before the possible meltdown of a fiance?
Well, I have to go say goodbye to my caravan,
Okay.
which, we can roleplay or not. That is fine if we do not. I do not particularly care, but I want to say goodbye to Tegan, but a proper goodbye. So,
All right.
Wink,
The only
wink, not
the only
not
one
wink, wink.
the only person you probably have to do the roleplay goodbye with is your mother.
yeah, I figured as much.
Okay. Did you want to do that now?
Yeah, sure. Why
All
not?
right. Yeah, I mean, she attended the ceremony. She mingled a little bit, but not too much.
Mm-hmm.
She's still kind of like, I just found all this stuff about my daughter and my My
It's
dad.
like, I'm still processing
I-
everything that's ever happened.
Just saw my daughter, who I haven't seen in years. I learned about my dead lover. I learned about my daughter's situation. What the hell? Yeah, she's a little.
What the,
She's
what
a
the hell
little.
is my daughter's
Yeah,
situation?
yeah, she's like a little like, what the fuck is happening with my life?
My daughter is the situation. Apparently, I'm from the Jersey Shore.
But you can find her. She has that room at the Horseshoe Inn. It's pretty easy to find her after she retired. And she probably told you during the reception that she was gonna go back to her room after a little while, but she was very proud of you and everything.
Yes. I am, after all, a hero of Leona.
You guys know that's not your official name, right?
Meanwhile, Prim has completely forgotten that she's wearing a medal.
It just blends in with the armor.
It's just another shiny, clanky thing that is on her person.
But yeah, Zaitari, you're able to find your mom.
Yeah, I'll knock on the door.
Come in. Oh, Zaitari, good to see you. Party is going well?
Yes. It's unfortunate, but I'm going to be leaving again in about 10 hours. I'm assuming about 2 have passed by this point.
Yeah, you guys went shopping and everything. I see. Is this official business, I assume?
Yes, it is.
Well, and she's gonna approach you, and she's going to flick off a little dust that's on your shoulder, or imaginary dust that's on your shoulder, and kind of brush some hair from your face. Well, you know what I'm gonna tell you. Be safe. Don't die. Write to me often. I mean, I don't know whether or not we'll be here when you get back, if you come back here.
That's a good point. I don't know if we will actually be coming back here after all is said and done.
But you have that...
Actually, we're going to have a keep, so...
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
Yes, it'll be to the southeast of here.
Well, I will be sure to visit often. And she looks at you for a reaction.
I give no positive or negative reaction either way.
But like I said, I'm very proud of you. Even if you did save a queen, or even if you didn't, I'm still proud of you no matter what.
Well, thank you.
Just don't disappear for another couple of years, please.
I'll try not to. If you have any other questions, Grella is here.
She kind of shudders at that. You make the strangest friends.
Shudder Kai.
Yes.
Sorry.
Shudder Kai. Oh my god. I know it's a lot, but she would be happy to answer any questions that you had.
All right. Well, am I going to get a hug? Or are you too important for hugs now?
Well, I am the hero of Leona, but I suppose I can afford this one.
You're not the hero of Leona.
It just keeps changing. Okay.
All right. She hugs you. Yeah, it's a long hug.
And
she just, after she's done hugging you, she kisses your forehead. My little girl isn't so little anymore.
I haven't been for a while.
I know, but... to me, you'll always be a little girl. Because you're my girl.
Not like we could ever deny that.
Oh, come now. When you have children of your own, you'll know how that feels.
She like Zaitari kind of visibly shudders at the thought. Maybe one day.
I mean, you and that young man would make beautiful children together.
Oh,
and at this point, she's trying to visibly do the yes, I'm embarrassing you kind of thing.
I swear to Corellin, I don't know how I put up with this.
At least I didn't say it in front of the entire caravan.
No, but I'm sure they're thinking the same thing anyways.
She pats your cheek. Now, you go out there and do more of that rescuing, saving the world stuff, whatever you do nowadays, before I get even more emotional.
Well, maybe we'll come back and be the heroes of Nortec.
Maybe. I wouldn't be surprised at this point.
Did you know Nortec was built on a necropolis? Smash cut to whatever we want to do next.
Prim, how are you holding up?
Vibrating with anxiety.
I completely forgot, but it wasn't until we started doing the thing with Zaitari's mom that I wanted to go check on Prim to make sure that she was okay.
Spent a significant portion of this time just hounding Thanic for any other info that she can get.
At some point, Thanic has to send you away because he literally has nothing else to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's still getting information himself, and it probably will take for him a day or two to get more things. Because like he said, he can only contact other organizations right now, but help-wise, he's not sure if he can even send that much help other than the help that you guys are going to provide.
So at which point during the intervening hours while everyone is going, there's proposals and everything, she wants to find, what's the princess's name?
Princess Alyssa.
Alyssa, that's it. I wanted to say Alessia, but I knew that was wrong. Is going to go and try and find Princess Alyssa.
Mm-hmm.
And is going to just see if she can find her, is going to ask her, it's like, I need a silver mirror.
Okay, yeah.
It's got to be worth at least 1,000 gold. I figured I'd ask you because you might be the one who might know where that could be found here in the palace. Or it could be like anything. It could be like a crystal vase or something, or like a fountain, or.
All right. She is. She's gone into. Okay, hold on. We'll find you what you need. As she's like, come this way, and she leads you. Mm-hmm. She leads you to what appears to be her bedroom. Okay. The guards that are in front of the hallway let her pass as you go through, and she leads you to a rather ornate bedroom, probably twice as big as any of the sitting rooms in the palace, and everything is covered in red and gold velvet, and it's just like one of the nicer rooms in the palace. And she looks like she goes over to a dresser, and you hear some rustling, and she pulls out a... Does it have to be silver?
Oh, it doesn't. I don't think it has to be silver. Just as
Has
long
to
as
be-
it's expensive.
It's expensive. Okay.
An extremely expensive yearly.
Gee,
Fortunately,
if
that
I knew this
sometimes.
was this easy.
She's
Sometimes that's how the gods work.
yeah, she's hung around, and she's been part of the sisterhood for a while. She knows how some of the divination spells work. So she understands kind of understands what you need this for. She has an inkling. So she goes over and she gives you a very beautiful mirror that has looks like it has like a serpents around it, and she hands it over to you. I think that's
Okay.
worth at least 1,000. It should be.
All right. Thank you. I don't even know if this is going to work because I don't really have a person that I'm focusing on. The place.
What are you doing? Maybe I can help.
I'm trying to. You would have to know someone from Vanguard.
Vanguard.
I up in Ironfast.
Yeah, I'm afraid I don't know anybody from Vanguard specifically.
It's all right. But I just thought I have to see if I can make it work.
What's she has like what's happening in Vanguard, and if you don't want to say anything, it's fine. She says.
That's the problem is I don't really know myself, other than I know that something is happening. I don't. If I get more details than I've already been given, I'll tell you. All right.
All right.
But I don't want to spread any more panic than I'm already feeling myself.
Prim, breathe.
I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm fine. And this is not going to work because I don't have a creature to focus on. But she's going to try and scry on Vanguard.
Okay.
You can scry on a place, can't you?
That's a critical role. Like they allow that.
I thought
Oh no! Instead of targeting a creature, you can choose a location you have seen before.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
I think you can also have read about it.
Yeah,
If
Prim
you are familiar with it, basically, I think is how it goes.
Yeah, even if Prim hasn't been to Vanguard before, which she might not have, she's definitely heard of it.
You living, in Nortec, you've definitely heard of Vanguard, even if you haven't visited before. It's a small mining community outside of Nortec.
So she's going to try and focus on the center of Vanguard as she's heard of it or as she's seen it, if she has.
Okay.
The location gets a save.
I don't think
a
location probably wouldn't have to make a save.
No, I don't think it gets a save.
No. All right. So are you going to do this in Alyssa's room?
Yeah, she's just doing it right here.
All right, she's gonna do it. You're gonna do it right there. Alyssa is going to just watch you. Let me see if she realizes what you're doing. Nope. You're just sitting there, concentrating on this mirror. So your vision blurs, and suddenly it's like there is a rush of wind, and the edges of your vision, it's like a tunnel. You're focusing on an area, and you feel your eyes just rushing towards that location at a very high speed until it feels like you're blinking your eyes to try to focus, but you are probably, you yourself, Prim, probably has like 1,000-yard stare right now. You're just looking into your mirror, just concentrating. Yeah, you don't hear. I'm just trying to... Okay. So centering on Vanguard. When you focus, what you see is there is a hole in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Just the hole looks like it's about... It's not even a big hole from what you can tell, and you don't really have too many landmarks around to give you a like an accurate size of hole. There's just a giant hole, and from this crater, in the immediate vicinity, there's just rubble. There aren't any buildings that are standing. Further away from this crater, because you have it looks like you have a top view of the town. It looks like that they're at near the middle, like after the flattening of the buildings, there is charred skeletons of buildings. And further away from that, you could still see there are still some buildings on fire, but you do not see a living person.
Does it look like the crater was made by like an impact? Like, is there there's rubble everywhere, or is it just a hole in the ground?
It looks like it was an impact.
Okay. Can I see anything that looks like it might have been the source of the impact?
From your vantage point, no.
Okay. Alright, I just kind of want to focus on taking in as many details as I possibly can. And just memorizing them. And just keep focusing on the scrying for the full 10 minutes.
Alright.
Just memorizing everything and seeing what I can see.
You do see there is movement on the edges of the destruction. It looks like possibly probably guard that were nearby. Some may be just like people that were nearby who's looking what's going on, or who have... You see people, but you can't discern too much of... You most likely guard at this point, or whatever's left.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I keep watching for the full 10 minutes, and then emerges from this weird trance.
Okay.
Takes a deep breath. All right. All right. I actually feel a little better for having seen it.
And Alyssa's like, do you need some water? Are you...
Oh, no, I'm all right. Thank you, though. Here's your mirror back.
Thank you.
Thank you for letting me use it.
No, it's no problem at all. It was a gift from a potential suitor from Robur. I don't really give a damn about it.
Oh, well, at least it got some use then.
Yeah.
I promise that as soon as I know what's happening for sure, I'll tell you.
All right.
All right.
Sure.
But, like I said, I don't want more people to panic.
Must be something really big then.
Something big,
Okay.
I don't know if specifically it's big for Valido, but it's certainly big for me. So, I think I should have to go and at least get back to Rain and Tilda and the others and let them know what I saw.
All right.
Thank you again.
No problem. Anytime.
And she doesn't bow, but she does incline her head slightly. Anytime, Prim. Anytime. Thank you, my dear. And she's gonna go and try and find someone
Okay.
of her party.
All right. Tilda, you're probably speaking to Theodric at this point.
Okay.
Because he's
Sure.
interested in, like, what's happening, what's going on, why are you leaving?
Am I still helping Rosamond pick out an outfit? Or are we alone?
You're alone. Eventually, after going through several outfits, you realize that all she's going to be doing for the next probably half an hour is trying on different outfits, the same ones. You guys have narrowed down 4 dresses with accompanying jewelry. And she's just been going back and forth to the point where, for you, it's just like, what?
I mean, honestly, this is something that would drive Ro nuts, but Tilda would probably love it. Like,
yeah, she it's kind of like, oh, maybe I should wear this, this hairpiece with this, but those colors would clash. Oh, I don't even remember
how
what
about
pearls
these gloves? And yeah, it's a whole. Tilda's making suggestions too.
Yeah, she's hearing
I don't think
you.
Tilda would leave until
Okay.
Rosamond had an outfit
Okay.
that she was happy with. Once Tilda leaves, Rosamond's free to, like, go back on her choice and, like, no!
That's probably what she's going to do. Like, you'll help her choose something, and then as soon as you leave, you hear, but what if pearls mean that? No! And she's just like... And Theo's going to
Tilda
just
kind of-
walk by and it's like, is
Oh.
she going to be alright? Just checking if you needed anything.
She'll be fine. She's just not used to being the prettiest one in the room.
Ah, I see.
Um,
I'm sure Pierre's going through the same thing. Actually, I know Pierre is going through the same thing. He's probably going through, like, dozens and dozens of flowers from the gardens because the florists aren't available right now.
well, hopefully the royal godness don't mind.
Theo, looks like, oh, I didn't shit. Francois has it taken care of. I hope he's not allergic to any of them. Oh, that would be terrible. Is Rosamund allergic to any flower? Do you know?
Not that I know of.
Okay. I don't want your sister getting hay fever or anything of the sort.
That would be bad. Yes. Care to take a walk?
Sure, of course. Let's just not go to the garden. I'm sure Pierre and
No.
Francois are... Well, Pierre is losing his mind.
No, I want to spend a little alone time with my fiancé.
Of course.
So as we're walking back, I kind of slip my arm through his again, but it's kind of that, like, I'm directing.
He probably is at this point.
Painting the roses red. Painting the roses red. Now, so she's kind of directing him, directing the walk, but she's going to say, very quietly, so that, while they're walking, hopefully they're not overheard and stuff like that. But she's going to say, so apparently something came up in Vanguard. In that something destroyed Vanguard.
He takes a moment to digest this. Destroyed? Like, a town has been...
Nothing left, Theo.
It's just the center of town, just so you know. It's not the whole town. right?
Is it? I thought it was the whole town. I thought it was a big crater now.
There's a crater, and then there's like flattened buildings, and then there's on the outskirts of the impact zone. There are buildings left standing, but they're currently burning.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. I wasn't sure if it was the whole
Okay,
town or
then-
whatever.
Practically nothing left. Apparently thousands of people are dead. And that is what we are being sent to investigate.
When are we leaving?
Is Theo coming with us?
Not according to Angela
Yeah, that's I didn't
or
think.
Alexandria. Sorry.
You are staying here. You are going to assume your duties as Duke of Loyalar.
Tilda,
It's already been decided, dearest. It's what Alexandria wishes.
Are you sure you don't need my help? I could probably convince her otherwise.
What the hell?
That's French fry knocking over my paints.
Oh no!
It's okay, they're in bottles.
Okay.
No, French fry, you have food.
Damn it, French fry. I just kind of look at him and say, dearest, I would love to have you come along, but I also want to keep you safe. And I know this is an argument we've had multiple times. But you do have a duty already here. Plus you can stay here and... Whoa, what the God damn it, no, why?
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Quick, put up a cat.
No, it's fine, it's fine. I scrolled up. It's... Okay, it's
Yeah.
gone now. Great, thank you. Getting back into it.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. So you do have a duty here. Plus, if you stay here, you can work on meeting my father's expectations and working on making him like you better.
So basically, he's
Doesn't
gonna have
that
to kill
sound
himself.
wonderful?
Honestly, when you put it that way, honestly, I wish I was going where you were going. As soon as you said meeting your father's expectations.
Yeah.
But
I love cats in water. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna worry about you.
Oh, look at him.
I'm just afraid that, and he's kind of gesturing to the ring that Bryn made for you guys. I'm just worried that I'm going to be here, and then if something happens to you and I'm still here.
I just want to shake him and be like, "We'll take care of her."
I understand. And I hate being parted from you as well, but I've got plenty of people who will watch my back for the most part. And I've yet to sustain any lasting injury. While
Please don't say yet, he says. I can't.
I take his hand like between my own and just kind of give it a kiss.
Don't say yet. I mean, I would have. I mean, he knows like you've seen him hurt before when you first encountered him, but it's. I can't even bear the thought.
Well, Erathis forbid it ever comes to anything. I'll be back as soon as I can.
All right.
And in the meanwhile, and at this point, we have reached our room.
Okay.
And I kind of open the door. Care to make a memory?
Sorry, I saw the cat.
Yeah.
God damn it. He
That
just
is
smiles.
actually the face Tilda is making.
Oh, this poor cat.
Aw, the kitty.
Can confirm that all cats do that tongue thing when they come up after anesthesia.
Oh, really?
It's so weird. Yeah. Yeah, when
They're probably like, I don't know what happened.
It
usually
probably feels really weird.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, usually when they're first coming up out of it or first going down, their tongue is just poking out all the time. Just bleh.
Blep.
Yeah, and you can touch it and they don't seem to care.
Interesting.
Bleh.
But anyway, so yeah, that's fade to black.
Yep.
Until the concert.
Okay.
So if anyone else wants to do anything.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of tired.
Yeah.
A little bit. I'm hungry.
That's fine. And we don't have to roleplay the concert at all.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let you know that. Imagine Pierre and Rosamund sitting next to each other. For the way they've been acting all this time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like you need somebody else there to just tell them to get over it.
Like
Well,
lots of
Tilda
awkward.
and Theo are both there. They're
No,
kind
yeah.
of
Yeah.
But
You
it's
know.
lots of awkward, like, can't meet faces kind of thing. There's a couple accidental touches where Pierre looks like he's about to implode on himself.
Oh, Jesus.
Like,
Dude,
you know,
keep it together. Gather some chill.
and then there's, Theodric being like, maybe this should have been a hunting trip where he can do something else when he gets nervous. I don't know. He's just like,
Yeah, as soon as it's over, Tilda just kind of looks at Theo and is like, well, that's something you can work on while I'm gone.
oh.
Keeping track of your friend and making sure he doesn't look like a buffoon.
Too late.
Too much like a buffoon.
I'll try. I will attempt to do so, but don't expect any miracles.
I bet you can do it.
How did he get this bad around women? What about women he likes? He's fine with other
I don't
women.
know.
I blame Francois. Let's just blame Francois for all of this. I don't
Sounds
know
good.
what he did, but he did something.
But you did something. Yes, of course. Sounds like sound reasoning.
Yes. Alright.
Alright, that's...
Yeah. Alright, so next time, airship, It
Yes.
sounds like you guys want to head to Nortec to stock up because
Yeah.
Yes.
there's fuck all in Valido right now.
Yes.
And
Mhm.
then
Stop by the outlet, you know.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Thanic will say that you while there you can contact the leaders of one hand will give you the name of let's see, you can I wrote this so far ago in my notes that I'm not sure. I wish my notes had a control find. Cause fuck it. I know one name of one guy.
Me and me and KK have been talking, and we would like to inform you all that we would like to try to take the game weekly.
Or discuss it at the very least.
Or discuss it, yes.
Alright, let me hit not record.